Larry Coker's final walk into the Orange Bowl. Miami's embattled head coach remains publicly optimistic, but of course there are reports and speculation that the end may be near for him here in Miami. The national title 5 years ago, but as he walks in here tonight, the Hurricanes have lost 4 in a row and must win just to get bowl eligible as they try to spoil the ACC chances of Boston College. Turkey Day greetings from Miami's Orange Bowl on Rivalry Week, presented by Remington. This is a very important game for the 9-2 Eagles of Boston College, who still have a chance to win their division and get to the ACC championship game. Eagles fans have made the trip south, enjoying a beautiful Thanksgiving weekend down here. For Miami, of course, well, it's just about pride. Boston College will watch if they can win this game tonight. Wake Forest visit Maryland on Saturday. If the Terrapins get the home field win, BC wins the division. Wake Forest can win the division by knocking off Maryland. Georgia Tech awaits the winner in the ACC championship game. The Hurricanes make their entrance. What a long, excruciating, and embarrassing season for these guys. A bunch of proud players trying to win one for the memory of their slain teammate, Brian Pata, who was just remembered with a moment of silence here. It's been that kind of a heartbreaking in many ways, frustrating, and certainly on and off the field season for Miami. Happy Thanksgiving to you and yours from all of us here, Chris Fowler and Kirk Herbstreit. Hope you're ready for some more football tonight. We'll get to the Miami story, Kirk, in just a second. For Boston College, it's been a much happier season. They have, frankly, a lot more to play for. A very steady team. If they can get this win tonight, they can sit back and watch on Saturday and hope for Wake Forest.
I think Boston College has been one of the biggest surprises this year in all of college football. Tom O'Brien, in my opinion, one of the most underrated coaches in all of college football. Year in and year out has the Eagles competing, and this year was supposed to be a rebuilding year for Boston College, yet here they are, a win away and a Wake Forest lost away from getting a chance to play for the ACC championship. And I think this has been maybe one of the best coaching jobs that he has done since he's been in Boston coaching this team.
And Tom O'Brien and his staff and his players remain very wary of Miami. They know about the 4 losses in a row. They know about the struggles on offense, but they're also aware of the kind of athletes the Hurricanes still have. But motivation, Kirk, is the key thing. You try to ask the players and the coaches, what do you have left in the tank to give tonight? And nobody's really 100% sure, are they?
No, you know, I don't think this is a program with too much tradition to say, hey, if you get a big win tonight, you get bowl eligible at 6-6. Maybe if you get a win, you save your coach's job. This is about pride. I think that's the one thing that we've learned in the last 48 hours being down here is that Larry Coker, sure, he's under siege. He's dealing with a lot of pressure. But the one thing I've seen, this blows me away, and I think it's genuine. He has looked more relaxed in the last couple days than I've seen him when they were chasing a BCS national championship. There with a chest butt. I'm telling you, I don't know if he knows something that we don't know, but he looks relaxed, and maybe that'll be a reflection on the way his team plays looser tonight.
Well, he said it would certainly be on his mind that this might be it for him, but his assistants all say he hasn't changed throughout this season, throughout all the turmoil, and he hasn't changed since 2001, back when he couldn't lose a game when he won a national title. Well, another storyline tonight is that Boston College last won here back in 1984. It was exactly 22 years ago tonight. It was the day after Thanksgiving. You might remember this play. The Boston College team kind of rallying frantically in the waning seconds. 0-0 on the clock. Doug Flutie to Gerard Phelan in the end zone. One of the most famous plays in college football history. Propelled the Eagles to a huge win, and they haven't won here since, so they're trying to commemorate that big anniversary with another W here tonight. We're thrilled to be joined by the quarterback involved in that play, Doug Flutie, who's down on the field. Doug, welcome.
Well, it's hard for me to believe that it's been 22 years since I stood here on this field in the Orange Bowl, and it does bring back a lot of emotion for me. The second I walked into the stadium, I can walk over here and picture the spot that Gerard caught the ball, falling to the ground. From my perspective, it was looking through a maze of people, but it really brings back the emotion of the day. That was 22 years ago. Boston College has lost 14 straight games now to Miami, and they need a big win today to have a shot at the ACC title.
We'll have a chance to reminisce about that play in 1984 as Doug joins us in the booth. Meanwhile, in 2006, Miami trying to dig deep, get to 6-6, and spoil the chances of the Eagles of getting to that ACC championship game. Lots of storylines, lots to talk about, and still the Miami fans say, despite the tough season, lots to be thankful for on this holiday. Come on back. Kickoff is coming up from the Orange Bowl.
ESPN's College Football Primetime. Brought to you by Circuit City. For the hottest new technology, think Circuit City. Just what I needed. Taco Bell. Think outside the bun. And The Good Shepherd, starring Matt Damon, Angelina Jolie, and Robert De Niro. In theaters December 22nd.
Don't want to wait till Friday for huge Thanksgiving savings? Circuit City makes it simple. Shop at CircuitCity.com all day Thursday and Friday for incredible web-only specials. And you'll get even more savings when our stores open 5 a.m. Friday for incredible 6-hour specials. Circuit City makes holiday shopping simple with 3 easy ways to buy. Just call, click, or come in. Circuit City.
Edward Wilson left a world of privilege.
My orders came. I'll be going overseas.
For a world at war.
You're going to have to learn the system of intelligence. It's a different kind of war with different enemies.
For the next 3 decades, he helped build the most powerful covert agency in the world.
The CIA.
And the nasty little secrets.
You're the guys that scare me. You're the people that make big wars.
Yeah, we make sure the wars are small ones.
The Good Shepherd. Rated R. In theaters Friday, December 22nd.
Once again, welcome to College Football Primetime, presented by Applebee's. The first ACC meeting between former Big East rivals Boston College, still on the hunt to win the conference title, and Miami. You see the somber moments, the remembrance of Brian Pata, the slain Hurricane. Many Miami players taking pause in their own way. That was senior Ryan Moore. Just a few minutes ago, Miami's players circling around Pata's jersey, which was brought out. November 7th was the tragic day that he was shot outside of his apartment off campus. Much of the news in this very difficult season in recent weeks, in fact, recent months, has swirled around the status of Coach Larry Coker. With more on that, we welcome in Aaron Andrews.
Thanks, Chris. And I tried to speak with UM President Donna Shalala and their athletic director, Paul D. Both declined to be interviewed and speak about Larry Coker's future. Now, of course, we had a chance to sit down with Coach Coker yesterday, and what he told us was this, is Donna Shalala has said she will decide his fate at the end of the regular season. Now, of course, UM season finishes tonight after this game, so a decision could come as close as tomorrow. Larry Coker very upbeat when he told us he reads all the papers. He knows people are saying you have to win when you coach here, but he feels he has done that the past 6 seasons. You mentioned the national championship. He said our academics are in great shape, and we're very, very far from probation. I spoke with a couple of the players tonight, guys, as they were warming up on the field, and a lot of them said they don't feel like the right answer is to fire head coach Larry Coker, including Alex Poe, a senior on this team, who said with everything else we've faced, firing him just doesn't seem right. Chris?
Aaron, thank you again. So many media reports. Coker's end game was the headline of the Miami Herald yesterday. Many here believe it's a foregone conclusion. Others do not. Miami wins the toss, defers to the second half, and the kickoff scoots into the end zone, where it'll be down by Jeff Smith. So Kirk, Boston College will get to take over, and we'll see perhaps the most steady quarterback in the ACC, Matt Ryan.
Well, Matt Ryan leads the ACC in total offense, has had a great year. I think really exudes confidence. It rubs off on his team. Tony Gonzalez, one of the veteran receivers he'll look to, number 26. And then when the Eagles come out on defense, keep an eye on number 27, Dewan Tribble. He'll be isolated at times against that Miami Hurricane group of receivers, and 27 in white will have to step up and make some plays on the perimeter.
Single setback is L.B. Whitworth to start the game, and they give it to him on first down, and great penetration from the interior defensive line of Miami. John Beeson, the linebacker, goes through a gap. He's one of the emotional leaders of this defense. Lost on the first play. Kirby Freeman, third start when Miami gets the ball.
One thing about the Canes is this has been their big problem, is offense. Kirby Freeman tonight, number 7, Doug. We're going to see him move around and do some things, and they've got to get Lance Leggett involved as well, trying to throw the football to him on the outside.
To the quarterback position, no doubt about it.
On 2nd long. They hand it off to Whitworth, who breaks tackles. Whitworth into the secondary, dives across the 30, and should have a 1st down. So BC way behind schedule, to use their terminology, on 1st down, but a 15-yard run moves the chains. And this is a Boston College team led by that big offensive line. Josh Beekman has to slide from guard to center because of an injury, but this is a kind of a textbook, well-schooled group.
Well, the one thing that we always see, Doug, in Boston is a great offensive line, and this one's no exception.
Yeah, Tom O'Brien, especially through these years, has put a lot of guys into the NFL out of the O-line.
They hand it off again to Whitworth. Not much up the middle. It'd be about a 1-yard loss. Miami's defense has 3 seniors. It's a tiny senior class, and Coker and the other assistants saying that the major motivation for the younger guys might be to send guys like Atkins, Brown, and Merriweather out winners.
You know, flying around, the seniors have to bring leadership because there are so many young guys on this team, and especially to the left side of the defense. And I would anticipate Boston College running the ball a little more to their left tonight.
And I think they're going to have to load the safeties up against the run game because Boston College is so physical.
First pass attempt for Ryan. Fires over the middle, incomplete. Good timing by Merriweather there to break it up. Ryan Purvis was the intended target, the tight end.
One of the things about Boston College is they try to maintain balance, and it comes back to their ability to throw the football, play action, and they like to mix it in on 1st and 10. And they've got some physical tight ends. Purvis this time coming across the middle, had an opening, but a great job of closing on the ball by the senior, one of the few seniors, Brandon Merriweather.
Miami's problems have not really been on defense in this losing streak. This defense still number 8 in total defense, number 4 in rushing defense. They've done their part. 3rd and 11. Ryan, short completion and hammered as the ball got to him as Kevin Challenger, Randy Phillips, the corner, and this is an inspired start for the guys in orange.
No doubt about it. They're flying around early. They blitzed on the first play here. It's his own coverage. He's coming across the field, and Matt tries to sit him down at the last instant, but it's kind of a bad decision. You got 2 guys sitting over there waiting for him, and the big hit comes. Miami is setting the tone on defense, and that is their strength of this team, no doubt about it.
That's exactly how they needed to start this football game, is to get their confidence up and get the Eagles offense off the field.
They almost get to Johnny Ayers, the punter. This is Chavez Grant. He's a true freshman, taking over as punt returner tonight. Finds a little crease and gets across the 35, but a flag is down. Flag is down near where Grant caught the football. Miami has been killed this year by penalties. 77 of them. They have 240 more penalty yards than their opponents.
But you can feel the energy tonight in this. I mean, you know, Miami's coming out flying around. They have nothing to lose. They're going to play loose, fly around, make plays, do whatever they can, especially on the defensive side.
Well, I was going to say, we know their defense is. Let's see if their offense can try to get a few 1st downs.
And the problem has been on this side of the ball. They have struggled mightily in this 4-game losing streak. The problem's up front. Inexperienced guys getting shoveled around. Goldschlager is the senior there.
Yeah, the coaches have said that their big problem right now is their offensive line and being consistent there to give their quarterback an opportunity. I tell you, they've got skill position guys that can fly around and make plays. They need some solid play out of the O-line.
Well, they don't get good field position. That illegal block in the back penalty will cost him 24 yards. And Kirby Freeman taking over. In case you don't know, Kyle Wright's season is over. Thumb surgery. Freeman making his 3rd start. The sophomore from Brownwood, Texas, looking for his 1st win as a starter.
Well, here they come with the empty set.
Yep.
They told us they're going to open it up.
This is an offense that Freeman is very comfortable in. Ran it in high school. He's also a very good runner. Takes off and gets to the 15-yard line. That may be the goal when they spread the field, to create some space in the middle. Be a test for those defensive backs. Glasper and Silva brought themselves the Bash brothers, 2 very good safeties, and I'm a physical corner.
I've been pleasantly surprised by this group in the back end. You know, as a group, the last 6 games, 13 interceptions, at least 2 interceptions a game. So they create havoc, and they know how to get the ball back to their offense.
That's incredible. 13 picks in 6 games. And that's been a problem for Miami. Turnovers. They flip it to Javaris James, and the true freshman can't corral it. Featuring James Cousin has become the go-to guy in the backfield here. It has been a season of tropical depression here for Miami. High hopes, high expectations. We were here for the opening game against Florida State, and we didn't know if we were seeing two really good defenses or bad offenses. It turns out it's been more of the latter.
Well, we're coming into the 12th game tonight, and I don't know if I can quite figure out the identity yet for the Miami Hurricane offense. We're 12 games in. This is it.
And now they're spreading it out.
Yeah.
You know, now they're out in the shotgun with spread formation, 5 wides.
First third down. Freeman buying some time. Has some room, but will not get the first down. Gets across the 20. We've seen already Kirby's penchant for tucking and running.
Well, obviously, Boston College got the scouting report on number 7, Kirby Freeman, is make him come off his primary read, and then as an inexperienced quarterback, he starts to get a little bit excited, and he wants to rely on what he was able to do in high school, and that's take off and make a play. They contained him and forced him up the middle where the rest of the defense could corral.
First punt for Brian Monroe. It's DeJuan Tribble, deep for Boston College. A short kick. Monroe had to step to his left to get that snap. Threw his timing off, and Tribble calls for a fair catch at the 48-yard line. So good field position for Boston College on the Eagles' second possession. When we come back, we'll take a peek back to 1984, reminiscing. Goal number 22 up here.
1-800-TBS-FUNNY.
Hey, I just saw a guy eat a mouthful of plastic grapes, and I gotta know, is that funny?
What's your location?
A gallery opening.
Fancy pants. And the man?
Well, he's some kind of rich, pompous guy.
Is he with someone?
He's with his daughter.
Sir, that's not his daughter.
Who is she then?
Arm candy. Is this by any chance a surrealist exhibition?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm standing behind a big ear.
Okay, this is mighty funny.
Really? Hey, you sure this isn't extremely funny?
Oh, now let's not get greedy, sir.
For something else that's very funny, watch the new comedy series My Boys, November 28th on TBS.
You know what I desire.
Yes, my count. Pizza.
You had garlic bread pizza delivered.
Of course not, silly. It's not delivery.
New DiGiorno garlic bread pizza. Great toppings on garlic bread crust. It's not delivery, it's DiGiorno.
Tomato sauce.
Using only my City Premier Pass credit card, I earn rewards points crazy fast, and I will do it restrained with this restraining device. I start with the points for buying my ticket and Victor's ticket, then earn points for my miles and his. Unbelievable. Using only the City Premier Pass credit card, I rock the house. Big time. Rewarding. Very, very, very rewarding.
At Fred Meyer and Littman Jewelers, this 1-carat total weight diamond anniversary ring is $715. But during our 3-day sale, save $466 and pay just $249.
For all those special times.
Fred Meyer and Littman Jewelers.
At GNC this holiday season, living well means giving the gift of health. You'll save up to 50% on our widest assortment of nutritional supplements, plus holiday fitness and wellness gifts. As your leading source for health and wellness, we believe that a healthy holiday starts from within. Give good health. Live well.
Enjoying Guinness draft in a sports bar is a great idea.
Yes, this is much better than the last bar.
Yes, this is much better than the last bar.
Much better? Brilliant!
Brilliant!
Please enjoy Guinness draft responsibly.
Back at Miami, still scoreless in the first quarter. BC about to get the ball for the second time. Well, back in 1984, a gallon of gas was $1.19. The Cosby Show debuted. And this guy, between Kirk and me, did something pretty special. Right in that spot, right in that little spot in the end zone.
Cosby Show, man. I used to watch that every week.
Play action fake. Ryan looking short. It's complete and eluding tacklers for a gain to the 45-yard line. It's Kevin Challenger, or Tony Gonzalez, I should say. Doug, so much has been talked about that play. You said a day doesn't go by that people don't ask you about that play, and this is you've never been back in this place since.
It never dies. It won't go away. And this is actually the first time in 22 years that I've been back to the Orange Bowl. It's kind of neat for me and brings back the memories, obviously, and it's fun to reminisce. I actually ran into a bunch of the former Hurricane players.
We're going to get some stories that people haven't heard from that play.
It's one of those. That's one of those plays that you experienced it, but the fans of the game, like Chris and I and everybody else, remember it in a different way. You lived it. I mean, what was it like to go through that kind of experience? And every year you see that highlight.
Shoot, my perspective was dodging a guy right after I threw it into the rain and the mist and all that, and everything was a blur down the end zone, and I saw an official's arms go up. And that was my point of view of the whole thing. Everybody else has this beautiful camera angle that they get to see.
Right.
3rd and 2 for the Eagles, and Ryan's going to throw. Short pass over the middle, caught by Gonzalez, who has a first down inside the 40-yard line. I mentioned that BC, though, hadn't gotten a win since then. This is a series that's been dominated by Miami. So we'll see if your presence back here brings them up the old alma mater.
Bring them a little. Come on, they're 14 straight now. Miami has put it to them, and we know how athletic this Miami team is. So it's a big chore for Boston College.
And up the middle, it's Whitworth lowering his head and gaining about 2. Yeah, this is again, 22 years ago tonight. And why the BC players and coaches are so wary is because in the history of these collisions in the Big East, 0-11. 0-11 in that league.
It's a shot of my nephew Billy Flew standing there on the sideline.
Ryan lobs it down the field to Callender. They let him go. And the running back down inside the 15. Glenn Sharp on the stop. But Beeson, the linebacker, was covering him. Didn't stay with him.
There's 2 things on this play. Number 1, the protection from the offensive line. But what needs to go along with that is the poise of the quarterback, Matt Ryan, and the way he's able to sit in there. And this is a great Miami defense. They put pressure on the quarterback. He sits in there, has confidence, and the presence to just lay it right over the shoulder of the running back.
Callender running right, gets a block, lowers his head, and Sharp dove with the knees. Ends up at the 5-yard line.
Yeah, Matty Ryan has all the throws. That a nice little touch ball over the top to Callender. Great reaction by Callender to turn it up the field. Just it's a scramble type play, but still it's an outstanding play.
Yeah, when you have that Miami defense closing in on you, it takes confidence in your line. I'll tell you, I think Matt Ryan has a great future, not only next year as a senior, but the next level to be in the NFL.
Callender again running right, busted into the end zone. Touchdown, Boston College. So the Eagles reach the end zone on their second possession. And not the kind of positive start that Coker, in a fragile mindset of his team, wanted.
One thing you know about Boston College is they're physical and they have the ability to pull. This time they're actually pulling the center, Josh Beekman, allowing him to get to the outside. This is just one of the, I think technically one of the best offensive lines every single year in the country, and this group has done a great job.
Year in and year out. This is out of their 2 tight end set. They ran the ball extremely well in this drive out of this formation, and they found something there in the middle of that drive out of the 2 tight end formation and running the ball to the right.
They're looking at this on replay to see if his knee was down before the ball broke the plane. Tough to tell from that angle.
Tough to see, yeah, where the ball is when the knee went down.
Think you get your hands apart. You think it's going to be spotted short?
6 to 8 inches short of the goal line there. His knee was on the ground. It's hard from that angle to see exactly where the ball is, but it appears that he's short of the goal line when his knee touched.
Knee down, can't see the ball. Again, this will have to be clear visual evidence. The call on the field was incorrect.
Review, the play stands as called on the field. Touchdown.
And they didn't get that, so
nothing definitive.
Callender carries 4 times for 16 yards on the drive. Caught the pass for 23. And now Steve Apanavicius, our ex-walk-on story, the guy who came out of the stands a year ago. take over the kicking job at BC. The lefty knocks it through. He was one of the heroes of the Eagles' home win on Thursday night over Virginia Tech a few weeks ago. So after the short Miami punt, BC takes it to the house to break on time midway first quarter in the Orange Bowl.
The ACC Big Ten Challenge. Tuesday at 9 on ESPN, Indiana Duke. Wednesday at 9, Ohio State, North Carolina.
You know, I just love this time of year. Everybody's getting together to enjoy good company and great food. And that's why I got together with Applebee's to add some exciting new flavor to the holidays. Check out my new ribeye with garlic chili shrimp. A juicy soy marinated ribeye seared to perfection and topped off with crispy Asian veggies, shrimp, and my own garlic chili sauce. Now that smells absolutely delicious.
New holiday flavor at Applebee's. And for the perfect gift, Applebee's gift cards.
And that's eating good in the neighborhood.
Plenty of sunshine through today with seasonal temperatures. We should reach our normal high of 80.
What a marvelously glorious looking shaver. What a superbly spectacular marvel of rotating titanium.
I love this shaver. For a close, comfortable shave, get the world's only rotary with the power of titanium. The new Remington Titanium Rotary.
Unleash your inner rock star. Guitar Hero 2, rated T.
Whatever it is, you can get it on eBay. National Sleep-In Day is November 24th.
This holiday season, some of the best wireless deals are at Radio Shack. Like this Friday from 6 a.m. till noon, get a prepaid Motorola Go phone with no contracts and no credit checks free after mail-in rebate. Or talk hands-free with a Motorola Bluetooth headset, only $9.99 after mail-in rebate. Just one of many great wireless gift ideas available now. So hurry in for huge savings this Friday, only at Radio Shack, your neighborhood wireless store.
ESPN's College Football Primetime is presented by Applebee's Neighborhood Grill and Bar. Eating good in the neighborhood. Applebee's. And in part by Remington Titanium Shavers.
There's our little Thursday football crew tradition, the little Turkey Day game. Doug Flutie, Mass Native to Mass Native. That's Waz in the receiving end. We won't show you the drops that he had. And then Herb Street, Cody Taylor on the receiving. A competitive contest. We'll fill you in as it unfolds.
It's a little different having a turkey bowl when it's 72 and sunny.
You guys have done this for years, right?
Yeah,
Places like Starkville and Oxford and Morgantown.
Yeah, exactly. But it was fun. It was fun to do.
There was a very familiar play that happened earlier here in the game that looks similar to something that happened today. We'll look at it later.
Ryan Ollinger to kick. I can't wait for that. Ollinger to kick off. Receiving it is Rashawn Jones. Rashawn Jones gets to the 25-yard line. Talked about the little turkey bowl. Let's take a look at some of the highlights of that game.
Highlights?
Highlights of this game.
For you to show the highlights.
Here's your ball game, folks, as Flutie takes the snap. He drops straight back, has some time, looks, uncorks a deep one for the end zone. Oh, he got it! He got it! He got it! Touchdown! 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 He did it! He did it! Flutie did it! No time on the clock! It's all over! It is over!
I was tickled to play the road of Gerald Phelan there.
Oh my God, that was a great play.
He was running at least a 5.6 40 down there.
At least.
Hey, how do you leave a guy open who's hurt you all day? That's what I would ask your defense.
You doing like a Derek Classic into the end zone.
I did like a Dion.
He had the hand behind the head.
44-year-old hamstrings are both strained at this point. 3-yard gain on first down. Short flip from Freeman. So on 2nd and 7, he's going to spend all night in the shotgun. The idea, James takes the handoff, breaks tackles first down across the 35. So we said that this Miami offense really didn't have an identity, Kirk, a real easy to define personality. This is a totally new look tonight.
Well, first of all, they came out in the empty set. I think it was 2 of the 3 plays in the first drive, and now they come back and they're going to try to obviously get the ball to one of their best playmakers, Javaris James, the true freshman. And a little indication there of how quickly he can get upfield if he can find a seam.
Again, quickly tucks it, runs it, and slides down at the 44 after about a 6-yard gain. Check over the studio. Reese Davis, a 30 and 30 update. Reese?
Chris, strange as it may be, both Doug and Kirk were upstaged by a couple of other quarterbacks on Thanksgiving Day. Tony Romo of the Cowboys throws 5 touchdown passes. Neither Troy Aikman or Roger Staubach ever did that in regulation. 38-10 boys beat the Buccaneers. And Joey Harrington returns to Detroit. 3 touchdown passes in the Dolphins' 27-10 victory over the Lions. Sports Center after the game, ESPN News Now.
Reese, this is James sidestepping tacklers, first down across midfield. Miami fans already happy Turkey Day with the Dolphins rallying on the road to win. Satisfying return to Detroit for Joey Harrington.
And I really love the look of Javaris James. And I remember when they played Florida State and talking to Kyle Wright and some of the Miami players, they said it's really eerie when you look at the similarities in the build and the makeup of Javaris and, of course, Edgerrin James. And I thought, man, I can't wait to see this guy. And he hasn't had a huge year, but for a true freshman, you can see the future that Miami will have in building their offense around his abilities.
They call him Baby J. He takes the handoff again. He's closing in on Clinton Portis, who has the Miami record for rushing yards by a true freshman. Set it back in '99. And before this game, James needed 116 yards to get that record.
And let's be honest here, guys. The Miami season obviously has not gone the way they had hoped. And as you study the tape and you wonder what has happened, there are a number of issues. The offensive line has had some issues with the youth. A lot of mental mistakes up front. They've not had any consistency as far as playmakers on the outside. A lot of things start to add up, but Javaris James is a constant.
And he's got the flip pass from Freeman. Gets a couple blocks, lowers the shoulder, and hammers down inside the 40. Should have a first down.
Well, they're finding different ways to get it in his hands here. He just runs a little swing pass. Get it to him in space. By spreading out the field, get it to Javaris in space, make people miss, get good positive gains. And when they came out with the empty sets, it's creating that space for their athletes in general, but out of a one-back set, running the ball allows cutback lanes.
And nice job delivering the blow to safety Ryan Glasper, who's known as a big hitter, but James gets the better of him. He does get a first down at the 37. 4 receivers for Freeman. Three-step drop, flips it complete. It's Olsen, the tight end, shakes a tackle, gets a block, gets into the open, and then his horse collar to the 22 by Brian Toll, but the first catch of the night for the tight end.
Where has this been from Greg Olsen? I mean, this is the kind of drive that you thought you might see on a regular basis from Miami. Mixing in Javaris James, all of a sudden they start to lock in on him, and you get it to one of your other better playmakers, and Olsen. Olsen, coming into this season on paper, was one of the best tight ends, if not the best tight end in the country. He just has not had an opportunity to make plays this year.
252 pounds, was able to shake the tackle of Robert Francois, get downfield. Now Freeman flips it short again. It's James in traffic and hit head on after a 2-yard gain just inside the 20. Francois did not miss that tackle.
Tell you what, Freeman's doing a nice job distributing the ball there. It's just a screen pass, another simple completion, but they're not losing yardage now. They're making positive gains. There was a nice little stick, too, at the end of that run.
Yeah, you have an indication here, the big plays that they had in 05. And if we took it back even further, look at the difference from 05 to 06 and the lack of big plays. Remember now, Roscoe Parrish should be in this uniform. He left early. Devin Hester should be in a Miami uniform. He left early. It's affected this offense.
Pass deflected at the line. It was Olsen running a crossing route.
You know, and like we were talking about earlier, the skill position guys aren't the guys that we're worried about with this Miami team. It's the offensive line that was inconsistent. And right now, Freeman's doing a nice job of getting the ball out of his hand, taking the quick read. Here gets tipped, a great play by the defensive line, getting the hand up, but you know, he's doing a good job distributing the football.
Well, they got some guys at receiver, I think, fellas, who they're nice athletes. They'd be good receivers as part of a core, but they don't have a go-to guy, Kirk. Ryan Moore's the only senior out there. The other guys are so young, and they don't have a proven go-to receiver playmaker guy out there. Moore at the bottom of the formation. It's Olsen across the middle, makes the catch. Olsen beats his man and is dragged down near the first down marker at about the 12-yard line. Mark Herzlich, the middle linebacker, was in coverage and made the tackle.
Obviously, you go for it. To me, that would be a no-brainer. I know you want to compete, but you're 5 and 6, and you're playing at home, and fans aren't real happy these days. One of the ways you make them happy is you go for it on 4th and 1 and convert and make it.
Yeah, they're happy if you convert. Nobody in here happy, and the crowd showing some energy. These are the true believers in the Miami program to be in here tonight on a chilly Thanksgiving night. 2 tight ends. James the setback. They're going to throw for it on 4th and a long 2. They flip it out. It's a backwards pass, and it's dropped by James. A low throw by Freeman. His first option was to run. That wasn't there. The throw was low, and they don't convert on 4th down.
Boston, the college defensive end, peels on this. Pruitt pulls out, sees the release of the back, peels out, takes away the throw initially. So Freeman then tries to start to run, but then you got to reset your feet, Kurt.
Yeah, you know, I almost felt by his body language that he was setting this up to try to have a quarterback draw to kind of use a decoy in the throw and then come back to have his ability to run for the first down, but it didn't work out.
2, please.
This holiday season, why not keep the change?
Enjoy the show.
Each time you make a purchase with your Bank of America Visa check card, we not only round up the amount to the next dollar and transfer your change from your checking to your savings account, we also match your savings for the first 3 months and continue matching 5% thereafter. Up to $250, which means there's an easy way to save right at your fingertips. This holiday season, open a checking account and keep the change, only from Bank of America.
So, what's it like with a new addition to the family?
It's great. I was nervous during the delivery, but afterwards, it's instant and unconditional love. It's the best thing that ever happens to you. Wow. And you see that bundle of joy, and you instantly know your purpose in life. Watching college football. It's beautiful.
Watch college football Saturday afternoons on ABC. Presented by Best Buy. College football lives here.
Mesa Auto Service is one of the oldest, most well-respected and independently owned automotive repair facilities in Mesa, and it's proud to announce the addition of 5 new bays to better serve its customers. Customers that have helped make North Mesa Auto one of the best repair facilities since 1982. North Mesa Auto Service, 636 North Country Club in Mesa.
I'm Bruce, owner of North Mesa Auto Service. Come in and see why. Service our specialty for over 25 years.
North Mesa Auto Service, 636 North Country Club in Mesa.
We feel buying leather furniture should be a great experience.
If you do too, come to Foster's Leather Company in our new larger showroom where you'll see more sofas, sectionals, chaises, and accessories.
And the best selection of theater seating in the Valley, where your only limitation is your own imagination.
Choose Foster's for your home or professional office.
Let us create one for you!
Welcome back in Miami. The Orange Bowl, Boston College reaching the end zone on its last drive. The Hurricanes drove 64 yards, but were stopped on 4th and 2, so the Eagles take over in a fast-moving first quarter. Ryan play action. Flips it back to Kevin Challenger, who will be dropped for a loss. Wes Campbell, the defensive end, showing some good athletic ability at 6'8" out there in coverage on a very small, quick receiver. Speaking of receivers, we talked about the play here 22 years ago tonight. Somebody had to be on the receiving end. Flutie's gotten all the pub, but it was Gerard Phelan who somehow got behind Miami's secondary and hauls it in. And we'll welcome in Gerard on the telephone from his home in Massachusetts in just a second here. He didn't do that alone, though.
Absolutely. I had the easy part.
Whitworth on the delay, lowers the head. Merriweather stops him for about a 6-yard gain. Happy Thanksgiving, Gerard. Thanks for making time.
Happy Thanksgiving to you as well. Glad to be with you.
What role has that play 22 years ago tonight, if you can believe it's been that long, played in your life since then?
Well, it's hard to believe it's been that long. It's in my mind, I can close my eyes and see it, like Doug said a little earlier in the broadcast. Everybody gets a nice, clean camera angle on that thing, but from our view, it's, into the lights and the dark sky and the rain and all that sort of thing. But we sure had a lot of fun that
time. 3rd and 3 for the Eagles. Be the final play of the first quarter. We'll keep Gerard around for a chat in the next quarter. Incomplete. It was Challenger, well defended by Randy Phillips, who's been active tonight.
Nice little play there by Randy, wrapping his arm around. Could have been interference there for a second. But Gerard, for those that don't realize you did more than one catch, how many catches you have that night?
I don't know. 11, I think.
I thought it was 12, but that's all right.
You always were good at remembering that stuff.
And he had a couple of touchdowns, too.
And this is an unreal game. You dueling with Bernie Kosar, more than 900 yards passing in that game, 1,200 yards in offense. As Ayers boots it away. Chavez Grant, again, the freshman. Sutter steps across the 50 and is brought down from behind at the 49. So that will end the first quarter as the Eagles once again have good field position, already up 7-0 on the Canes. We'll come back, visit more with Gerard Phelan and see if the Eagles can build on this lead in the Orange Bowl. Coker's team down a touch after 1.
The LG Skins Game, Saturday, 3:30 Eastern on ABC.
Wrangler 5-star premium denim jeans.
Guess who just got back today?
Built comfortable.
That had been away.
Built strong.
Had much to say.
Built right.
Them cats are great.
Wrangler 5-star premium denim jeans. Wrangler, real, comfortable jeans.
Find the perfect gift at Zales this Friday from 8 to noon. Save an extra $200 on this diamond ring, now just $7.99. Find the perfect gift at Zales, the diamond store.
There are some crazy blades out there, so reach for the ultimate balm. Replenishing aftershave balm with Care Protect soothes and repairs the damage from shaving. Only from Nivea for Men.
Don't want to wait till Friday for huge Thanksgiving savings? Circuit City makes it simple. Shop at CircuitCity.com all day Thursday and Friday for incredible web-only specials. And you'll get even more savings when our stores open 5 a.m. Friday for incredible 6-hour specials. Circuit City makes holiday shopping simple with 3 easy ways to buy. Just call, click, or come in. Circuit City.
I'm eating this amazing chicken enchilada. Gooey sauce, melty cheese, but it's...
Inchophobia, fear of messy enchiladas. I have just the thing, a chicken enchilada. No, the sauce and cheese are on the inside.
Genius.
Please, doctor.
Taco Bell's chicken enchilada grilled stuffed burrito. Smothered enchilada taste, wrapped up and grilled to go. For more enchilada taste and less enchilada price, think outside the bun.
Little fish, I'm the king of the sea.
Hey, what's up, scuba guy?
Cool, you found me. You saw my buddy beacon, right?
Yeah, on my helio. See, you're the little green guy. How'd you get here?
Google Maps, dog.
Hey, guys. Cool fish.
Snapper.
Cool phone.
What's he say? She really shouldn't have called it that.
Don't call us a phone company, don't call it a phone.
Good morning.
Oh, good morning.
We'll see you later. Let's go. This Friday from 5 to 11 a.m., come to Walmart for the best items at our best prices. Like the Barbie Fashion Fever doll assortment, just $5. Ladies George 100% cashmere sweaters, just $29. The Farber 20-piece cookware set, just $59.92. 5 to 11 a.m. Friday only. And check Walmart.com on Thanksgiving for secret items that'll be in stores Friday.
Here's your ball game, folks, as Flutie takes the snap. He drops straight back, has some time. Now scrambles away from one hit. Looks, uncorks a deep one for the end zone. Phelan is down there.
Oh, he got it!
He got it!
He got it!
Touchdown! 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 Touchdown, Boston College! He did it!
22 years ago tonight in the end zone to your left. How come Flutie did it? Gerard Phelan's on the phone. Phelan did it.
What's that like, seeing that every...
It brings a smile to my face,
know, but still,
I mean, come on.
Kirby Freeman, first down, play action. And he'll make a nice gain. How many running attempts are going to have for him? 25, you think?
Yeah, it looks that way. I want to ask Gerard, you kind of touched on it. Gerard, I just want to know from your perspective, that ball looked like it was in the air 60, 65 yards in the air. At what point did you see that you had a shot at the ball?
I was expecting the ball to be tipped. With everybody jumping up in front of me, I was waiting for the ball to come soft. And the real hard part about it is that it came real clean, so it had a lot of velocity. It hit me just below the face mask and down into my chest, and I was able to hold on to it as I was falling backwards. But I was as surprised as anybody that it came clean.
Javaris James strung out sideways, and Marty Bowman, the redshirt freshman safety, number 8, comes up and lays a lick, and he's very slow getting up. James, I mean, for 202 pounds, packs a punch as a running back. He's been punishing a couple of BC defensive backs in the early game, and Bowman's going to need the trainer here.
Definitely delivers the blow. And we were talking to Coker about it. He said, you know, the kid's a freshman. He's kind of getting beat up as the year goes on, feeling like it's a long year compared to high school ball. And this is all new to him, and taking this pounding week in and week out, but he's still delivering blows.
Well, they got to ride him until he can't go, Javaris James. Tyrone Moss has been a disappointment. Charlie Jones, likewise. So it's going to be the James show carrying the ball.
The other thing you might recommend for Bowman is to get lower. Get lower against a physical back like that. You don't want to take him up high like that.
I'd be nibbling on the shoelaces, trust me.
Hey, Gerard, before we let you go, what was it like in the locker room when you guys got back in there celebrating? Was it just pandemonium in that old visitors' locker room at the Orange Bowl?
It was very loud, Chris. Everybody was just screaming and having a great time. You know, you got to give the team a lot of credit. It was a very hard-fought ball game, back and forth, and the ball was in the air all day, and the defense was on the field a lot, chasing all those very talented receivers for Miami. So with the wonderful surprise in the end, and everybody got into the locker room, and it doesn't seem like there was a lot of words. Everybody was just hooting and hollering and hugging and jumping up and down, and for a few Gatorade bats. It was really quite a wonderful experience.
The stats were unbelievable in that game. 627 for the Eagles, 655 for Bernie Kosar and the Canes, but those 3 turnovers did him in. That was Jimmy Johnson's team. They had been way ahead of Maryland the previous week, blown a huge lead as Frank Reich brought the Terrapins back. So double heartbreak in 2 weeks as Freeman again immediately takes off and darts down near the 30-yard line for a first down.
You think we're going to see him carrying the ball a little bit tonight?
Hey, Gerard, thanks for joining us once again. Happy Thanksgiving to you.
My pleasure. Happy Thanksgiving to you as well. Nice to join you.
All right, Gerard.
Here.
Well, the reason I think we're going to see Kirby Freeman is it's between Edgerrin James and Kirby Freeman scrambling. He's got 5 carries now for 31 yards. And his first career start, you go back just a few weeks ago against Maryland, he ran for 51 yards.
This time, he spins away, and the backfield is dropped for a loss. Getting there to take him down was Wes Davis, the true freshman safety. The problem is, guys, with Freeman running the ball, dodging, he cannot get hurt. There was nobody behind him for Miami.
What's going to happen for Kirby Freeman is the adjustments are going to be made throughout this game. And Frank Spaziani, the defensive coordinator from Boston College, is a very skilled defensive coordinator, makes great decisions and great adjustments. And one of the adjustments he's going to make right now is we got to make sure that somebody is on 7, either spying him or aware when he takes off running on those quarterback draws and the scrambles.
And Solson in the slot, 3 receivers to the left of Freeman, who looks right, complete. Now the ball popped loose, delivered right on the numbers for Ryan Hill, the true freshman, couldn't corral it.
You know, Boston College defensively is primarily a zone team that likes to keep things in front of them. When you spread that out, it allows for easy passing lanes, makes it a little easier on the offensive line when the team is playing zone. When they start blitzing and mixing it up, then it's a little more of a trouble situation. But right now, he has it's cleaning things up for the offensive line.
And I think he might make one of the adjustments, as much as he doesn't like to play man. He might want to do that only because if if I'm Boston College, I want to force Kirby Freeman to throw the ball to be able to move the ball down the field.
On 3rd and 10, it's Javaris James, the running back, to the far right side of the formation. Incomplete. Greg Olson, the normally sure-handed tight end, could not come up with the ball. He was short of the marker, but would have had a chance to make that first down. Instead, here comes John Petty for a field goal attempt.
Yeah, it was a nice read. Ball's thrown in rhythm on time, and Olson's a big-time tight end. I mean, we've seen the athleticism already. No excuse for dropping that ball.
That was not on Freeman. That ball was put right where it needed to be.
Now, Petty has a good leg. This will be almost 50 yards. He can make it from there, but he's been pretty unreliable from beyond 40. And this one off the upright. It's been that kind of season for the Hurricanes. Coker tries to stay upbeat. 2 decent-looking drives for the Hurricanes. One, they're stalled on downs. That the field goal off the upright. 7-0 Boston College.
Applebee's brings the holidays new flavor with our juicy new Sicilian sirloin, together with tender shrimp and rich crab stuffing. Spectacular holiday steak and seafood, only at Applebee's.
At GNC this holiday season, living well means giving the gift of health. You'll save up to 50% on our widest assortment of nutritional supplements, plus holiday fitness and wellness gifts. As your leading source for health and wellness, we believe that a healthy holiday starts from within. Give good health. Live well.
To the Mercedes-Benz winter event now through January 2nd and see all the exciting rides we have to offer. There's sure to be something for every wish list.
He came from nothing and redefined the American dream.
I buried those cockroaches.
His enemies wanted him dead.
Say hello to my little friend.
But Tony Montana doesn't die that easy. IGN says an overall great game. A must-buy for any Scarface or GTA fan. Nothing short of spectacular. The action is fast-paced and bloody brilliant. The #1 video game in America. Scarface, the world is yours. Rated M for mature.
Every dog has his day.
Look, there's a moose. Give me a noose. I'm lost again. Where's Highway 10? This isn't good. Bad neighborhood. Went to buy a wreath. He's got no teeth. Ding dong. I miss my turn. I'm gonna burn. Wife's gonna freak. Future is weak. Nothing that's right is really bites. Where's Highway 10? There's a moose again. Give a Garmin. Give a Garmin. Screen clear and wide. Whole world inside. Garmin.com.
And Ferguson on the 17th. Oh, that's trouble.
Papá, la par. ¿Mira?
Un poquito más a la derecha.
Increíble! He's looking right at it. It's there.
Nothing is lost with the full HD 1080p Aquos from the leading innovator of liquid crystal television, Sharp.
Well, tomorrow, rivalry week shifts to the Big 12. ABC's got Texas trying to get to the Big 12 championship game, knocking off the Texas A&M Aggies. And, of course, Saturday in primetime, it'll be Notre Dame and USC from the Coliseum. USC trying to jump over Michigan in those BCS standings, #3 by a razor-thin margin, but the computer gurus say that if they can get the job done against the Irish, as Ryan fumbles the snap, it's a scrum at the 30-yard line. Hurricanes say they have it. A lot of pushing and shoving, and it's Brandon Merriweather in there. You need to have him losing his temper. It was Beeson who recovers the fumble. Miami football. The turnover they needed.
This is exactly how Miami's going to stay in this game tonight. If they are going to stay in this game tonight, is Randy Shannon, the defensive coordinator, has got to be able to get turnovers and get the ball back to the Miami offense with a short field, and that was outstanding hustle by John Beeson to get in there and make the play.
Great effort sticking his nose in there and just laying out to make sure he got to the football because he saw a chance.
Now we'll see if Miami, which hasn't had a goal-to-go situation in the last few games, can cash in. Chris Zellner, the tight end, is in motion. James gets the handoff, cannot get around the corner. Francois, the linebacker, has him for a 1-yard loss. Aaron Andrews on the sidelines. A little different feel down there on the Hurricanes side.
It certainly is, CF. And you know, before Miami's defense recovered that fumble right there, I was standing behind their bench. A lot of communication with the players, guys screaming, we know the situation with our offense. We can't afford to give up the big plays. We need to make them. Guys screaming, we got to talk and communicate with each other out there.
And we'll see if the offense, which has been the weak side of this team, can cash in with the defense provided. James cuts back, lowers his head, and drives Brian Toll forward. About a 4-yard gain. Hope James can go the distance. There's some physical runs for the young guy already tonight.
Well, that's the second time we've seen him lower his shoulder and take a linebacker or a safety another 4 or 5 yards, and this time it's Brian Toll. But you know, look at Miami's offense going back to 0-2. They got to the national championship game, came up short against Ohio State, and you can see every single year they've steadily been on the decline, made so many adjustments to that side of the ball. People thought that Rich Olson might be the answer, and he has not been the answer so far this year.
He's calling the plays for the first year. And once again, James cannot handle the pass on 3rd and 7.
Well, I'm not so sure he's going to get the first down anyway, but you've got to handle that ball. I think it was a quick decision versus zone defense. In a 3rd and 7 situation, let it develop a little bit, take a peek upfield, then you get the defense to drop and come to the swing pass.
And momentum. And swing back to BC as Miami cannot get 7 out of the fumbled snap and the turnover. And here's Petty again. This from 43 yards, missed earlier from 49. This one is straight through with plenty to spare. So not what Coker was looking for after the turnover, but the Hurricanes are at least on the board. 10 minutes to play in the first half.
Saturday Night Football on ABC. Notre Dame versus USC. This Saturday at 8.
It's that magical time of year. Get a special lease offer on an E350 sports sedan with over $2,500 worth of new standard features at the Mercedes-Benz Winter Event, now through January 2nd. There's never been a better time to get that Mercedes-Benz on your wish list.
Oh, you're home early.
What's the point? Everyone's giving all those great gifts from Home Depot this year. Oh, where's the remote?
This year, the Home Depot is the place for great gifts, like a Ryobi 1 Plus drill and circular saw combo for $49, or a rigid 12-gallon wet dry vac. It's just $27 at the Home Depot.
If you want to make your hard-earned dollar go a whole lot farther, get ready. Advance Auto Parts has the low prices guaranteed to save you money. Get ready to get the best price possible on all the parts and accessories you need with our ready-to-go low price guarantee. Nobody can beat our prices on just about anything for your car. So when you want to get more for your money while getting more out of your car, get to Advance Auto Parts for our everyday ready-to-go low price guarantee.
We're ready in advance.
Wouldn't it be great to hear exactly what you want on radio? Then say yes to over 130 channels of Sirius satellite radio. Say yes to 100% commercial-free music from rock to pop, hip-hop to country. Yes to every NFL game, the NBA, college sports, and NASCAR coming this January. Yes to comedy, news, talk, and more. To a subscription that's less than 50 cents a day. Say yes and join over 10 million listeners. Say no to regular radio. And now get a radio plus a 3-month subscription for less than $99. Sirius, the best radio on radio.
ESPN's College Football Primetime, brought to you by Mercedes-Benz, located on the web at MBUSA.com, and the Home Depot. You can do it, we can help.
In previous years, this Thursday Thanksgiving game has come from places like Starkville and Oxford. Nothing wrong with those places. Morgantown last year with the snow flurries, but kind of nice to be in Miami where the weather's been lovely the last couple of days.
It's been nice. You got a nice tan there, Chris. You've been working on that.
Some of us leave the hotel room and take our ear off the phone once in a while, Herbie.
I'm just grinding. I'm grinding, kid.
I think it's just windburn from how fast he was running today.
Oh, okay, all right.
He is an impressive athlete, I have to tell you that.
Yeah. Monroe, the punter for Miami, also does the kicking off and boosts it into the end zone. I know when I'm being wound up. All right, there.
No, you look good today.
Yeah, all right. Well, we've got the 84 Heisman Trophy winner between us and the 92 Heisman winner from Miami, Gino Toretto's joined us on the sideline. Oh, what a lovely companion you have tonight. Happy Thanksgiving, Gino. Who's that?
You too. It's my daughter, Aria.
Aria. Okay, does she know the difference between 2 deep and cover 0? And all
She's learning. She's learning. She's pretty good with the soccer ball, though, too.
So, Gino, you ready to jump out there and start slinging it, or what? We got to move the ball here.
You know, it's going quarterbacks, Doug. We always like to get back out there and sling it. Obviously, you'd like to see the offense play a little better. They've been struggling a little bit, but I really think they could remedy the situation and resolve it pretty quickly. And they're just missing a few key pieces of the puzzle, and they can get back on track down here very quickly.
Gino, so many of the former Hurricanes have been critical. It's tough not to be. This has not been a Miami-like season and just battling to get bowl eligible. How has that affected the team, you think, to have the alumni let them know they're kind of letting some of the U's legacy down in some ways?
Well, I think when I was here, it was the drive, the determination we had, and that was passed down from our alumni before us and the former players, and it was instilled in us and the coaches, and we really felt a kind of an aura of invincibility. When we were here, we didn't feel we were going to lose in this stadium or anywhere else because we knew we worked harder than everybody else, and we might not have had the best talent every single year, but we really felt that we were going to do whatever it took to win the football game.
Yeah, you had some pretty good talent. It's like
well, we did have some good talent, but it's very difficult. I mean, out of the my two last years, I had one offensive lineman go to the pros, so it's not like there was 5 studs up there that are 10-year NFL vets blocking for me either. But I knew the guys in front of me, they were going to do all they could to win football games, and I knew the drive was there to win the games.
You see Merriweather and Sharp. One providing the pressure, the other breaking up the pass. No flag on that crossing route.
Yeah. Hey, Gino, let me ask you something. You won a Heisman Trophy with Rich Olson calling the plays, am I right?
He was here my last year. Bob Brakowski left after my junior year, and then Coach Olson came in and coached the receivers and called the plays my senior year.
And he's calling the plays this year. What's the difference between calling the plays that year and this year?
Well, obviously, Kirk, I think they're missing a few key pieces of the puzzle. I think they've had some inconsistencies, both under center and at the receiver positions, and guys, doesn't seem like there's a hunger down there and a fire that's burning to win football games. But I think it can be, we can turn this thing around. We're talking about a program with 5 titles in less than 20 years.
But that fire, everybody always wants it to come from the coaches. At what point does it come from the players?
Well, you're right. I think great players sometimes overcome all those things involved, including coaching, because there comes a point in time where you take the game over and put it on yourself. So I think the players got to look at themselves in the mirror as well.
Because we could talk coaches all we want, but the great Miami teams with Gino and going back to 01 and 02, those teams had great leadership on the field.
Oh, there's no question. The 01 team had Dorsey and Ed Reed and Lewis and those guys. They are phenomenal talent. So I agree with you, and I think that's why I think you just get a few of those guys on the team, and maybe we need to teach a few of them to be those kind of players and be those kind of leaders. But I think they can remedy the situation pretty quickly.
All right, Gino, hang with us a second. 1-yard gain for James on first down. 2nd and 9 for Freeman. On the delay, it's Baby J again, and he dives forward, be about 3 yards yards short of a first down. Gino, you're prominent down here. People always want to talk about the coaching situation and speculate. When they ask you, what should U of M do about Coker, what is your answer?
Well, I mean, obviously, I think that's going to come down to our athletic director and our President Shalala, and I think they're going to make the right decision. You know, I think that, you know, whatever happens will happen, and I think we have to, you know, we have to thank Larry, and I think Larry will always be looked at and really admired because he did bring us one national championship and was on the verge of another. I think, obviously, you know, against Ohio State, people down here would think we're one bad call away from him winning 2 in a row, but you know, we'll see what happens. But it's, you know, it's obviously in President Shalala's hands, and she'll make the right decision.
Gino, thanks very much. We appreciate it.
Thanks,
Happy
guys.
Thanksgiving to you and your
too. Happy
beautiful
Thanksgiving.
daughter there and your family. James carried on 3rd and short, didn't get it, stopped at the 30, and a flag came in.
People in Columbus think that if Chris Gamble would have been called inbounds to give the first down, if they had instant replay back then, it would have been a first down, and Roscoe Parrish would have never returned the punt back to set up the game time.
I knew he'd wind you up.
Always
with
an
that.
angle.
Yeah, there's it's one way or the other, depending on.
All I know is I was on the field in that game. You see the penalty decline, so Miami will have to punt. And Miami had thrown their helmets into the night, running on the field. They had won a national championship for about 2 seconds before they called.
I just wish we had instant replay back then, so the Chris Gamble completion we would never even seen overtime.
You won the game. Let it go. All right.
That would have been crazy.
Monroe gets it away. And a fair catch, drifting back and falling to the ground is Tribble at the 26-yard line. So Boston College goes back on offense mid-second quarter, up 7-3. Yes, it is a crowded trophy case here in Miami, but no BCS game, much less a ring in the last few years.
See all the wonderful toys at the Mercedes-Benz Winter Event with a special lease offer on the ML350 with a 5-star crash safety rating. Now through January 2nd. There's never been a better time to get that Mercedes-Benz on your wish list.
College basketball on ESPN. The season ramps up with a one-of-a-kind event, the ACC Big Ten Challenge.
Are you kidding me? Wow!
For 3 days, 2 fierce conferences lay it all on the line.
What a beauty! 2 heavyweights!
The journey begins now. The ACC Big Ten Challenge presented by Papa John's. Tuesday at 9 on ESPN, Indiana versus 8th-ranked Duke. Wednesday at 9, number 3 Ohio State versus number 2 North Carolina.
You ready for some football?
Come to Foster's. We have 8 styles of theater seats on display.
And more available.
A combo of your team's colors or a sofa to match, we can do it. Whether it's 2 rows of 5
Or that one special seat.
we're in the front row. Score a touchdown and finish off your room in true football style with theater seating from Foster's Leather Company. Located at Chandler Fashion Park next to Circuit City. Score today with Foster's Leather.
The Floor Store welcomes you to Arizona's largest Mohawk Floorscapes dealer. The Floor Store, your one-stop design center featuring a complete assortment of carpet, ceramic tile, wood, vinyl, laminate in name brands like Mohawk, Pergo, Congolium, Shaw, and more. Kitchen or bath remodel, the Floor Store can provide custom wood cabinetry, granite countertops, and designers to help your ideas come to life. Remember, it pays to talk to the experts.
We'll travel.
A lot of ways to cook a turkey on Thanksgiving. This is one of them. It's not the most low-fat way. Just dump it in that fryer, get that grease going. Doug was saying this is a very dangerous way to prepare a turkey.
It really is. You can burn the house down in a hurry, but let's get your priorities straight. It keeps the juices in there. It's a lot more tender.
Good hospitality. Hurricane fans outside the place we were walking in. Everybody offers a plate of food. Ryan still has the ball, lobs it, take a deep shot. It's incomplete. Sharp defending. Gonzalez is the guy that the Miami DBs are going to keep their eye on. The guy they look downfield. The former guy who was drafted by the Red Sox, and then they offered him kind of a low ball signing bonus of $10,000. And the Massachusetts native said, no thanks. I think I'll say no to the Red Sox and go play some football.
Telling a kid out of Framingham, Massachusetts, they were going for the big play there all the way. It was a little slant and up type of move, double moves, trying to hit a big one.
on 2nd and 10. It's the delay to Whitworth. Hard fought 4 yards. Baraka Atkins, one of those seniors that Coker and staff hope will be an inspiration tonight for their underclassmen there on the stop.
For people that have not seen a lot of Boston College this year, and maybe you're thinking, boy, they're looking for their 10th win tonight. They're not really shocking me or showing me a lot. This is kind of Boston College's way. They're going to methodically try to move the ball, get to a position on 3rd down where they have a chance for the quarterback, Matt Ryan, to make good decisions, but they are not an explosive offense.
In the last 9 plays, a total of 14 yards, Kirk, and that one incomplete on 3rd medium. Brandon Robinson, the sophomore, was the intended receiver, and since scoring that touchdown, Ryan and company have sputtered.
Well, when they get to the 3rd and 7 to 3rd and 8 range, now you're asking your receivers to make a play against a better athlete tonight against the Miami secondary, and they need to get more in the 3rd to 3 to 3rd to 4 range.
Good down and distance is what it. Stay on schedule. They try to keep it. You want to stay in, like you said, 3 to 4. That means 4 or 5 yards on 1st down, and keep working the chains. They are not an explosive, powerful, big offensive team.
And Ryan has missed his last 4 passes.
But you got to give credit to Miami's defense is getting off the field. That's the strength of this team, and they're doing their job. They created the turnover to bring the 3 points.
But what I was going to say about Boston College is you might look at 7-3 and say, well, they're not that impressive for the number 18 team in the country. This is, again, this is the kind of game that they play where they wear you down mentally, they wear you down physically with their offensive line. Next thing you know, one of their backs will pop you for 20 or 25 yards.
Johnny Ayers gets the punt away. It's a boomer, and it forces Chavez Grant back. He fumbles the ball. The freshman now picks it up and is dropped short of the 15. So Ayers, 56 yards in the punt. That's 4 yards short of his season long. Aaron Andrews, a nice gesture from Boston College this week, a tribute to Brian Pata, the former Miami player.
Absolutely, Chris. Obviously, we were talking to Larry Coker yesterday. He walked in and said, I just got a call from Tom O'Brien saying they would like to wear the number 95 decal on the back of their helmets. Great story with that. Actually, a member of the women's field hockey team at BC. Her name is Colleen Harris. She has a brother that works here at Miami, and obviously so upset about what happened to Brian Pata. She wrote an email to Tom O'Brien, asked him to do this. O'Brien gathered with his teammates, or his players, and they all voted unanimously to wear the decal. CF.
Very nice gesture. Freeman on 1st down delivers a pass low. Dancing around for a short gain there.
Great job by Glasgow. He kept the outside leverage on an athletic receiver that if he turns the corner on you, those hitch screens can be big plays. Turn them back into the mess.
If I'm Miami of Florida at this point, they've got to throw the ball vertically downfield. Every throw they have made has been about 10 yards or less. Just take a shot just for fun. Throw it downfield 20 or 30 or 40 yards just to make the defense realize you have it in your arsenal.
Right on cue, they'll take their deepest shot down the field, but it's intercepted. DeJuan Tribble gets the turnover. We talked about BC's penchant for interceptions. 13 of the last 6 games coming in. That's the first of the night.
This is just a poor read by an inexperienced quarterback. He's going to take a look at the flat defender right here. Tribble doesn't do anything fancy. He's going to just realize the quarterback's coming to him. He kind of sells it. He's going to come up and then just sits back right in position to make a play. And Doug, that's just kind of baiting a quarterback like you would in a turkey bowl, backyard football style. Bait him and then drop back and make the play.
He gave a jab step like he was going to break up, but his shoulders were still turned where he could break on the ball.
It's a veteran corner making a great play.
It's Callender on the 1st down carry. Powers to the right side. We'll see if the Eagles' offense will be sparked by the turnover. Let's check in with Reese Davis, see what's coming up at halftime. Happy Thanksgiving to Reese, you and the guys there.
And happy Thanksgiving to you guys. Chris, coming up on the Pontiac Performance halftime report, Tony Romo did something that not even Troy Aikman or Roger Staubach did as a Dallas quarterback. We'll tell you about that. We'll also relive the miracle in Miami, tell you just how Doug unfolded the miracle against the Hurricanes, and Mayday's keys to Notre Dame USC, which I promise will involve more than the Trojans getting off the bus.
I heard Charlie Weiss guys were trying to fire his team up by wearing a USC hat and singing the victory song. They were more amused than inspired, I think. That was the word. You like that?
I'd like to see that. Did a camera catch Coach in the uni?
That's the report.
That'll be fun. We're getting out there. It's college game day, of course, and that's what time? 9 a.m. or no? It's
earlier than that. The flight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
8. No. The show starts out there nice and early.
7 a.m. Pacific.
Yeah,
10 Eastern. 7
a.m. Yeah, we get out there for the early stuff.
Well, here's 3rd and 4. This should be a distance that BC should be comfortable in on 3rd down. It's Brandon Robinson in motion. Ryan feels the pressure. A flag is down as he's sacked. Calais Campbell, the big 6'8" sophomore out of Denver, the leading sacker on this team, comes up with his 10th on the season.
They just brought the pressure here, all out blitz, one-on-one on the outside. This is where their athleticism. Miami
that hold.
Miami defensively is a penetrating up the field defense, especially at the defensive end position. And this is the type of
even holding, they couldn't keep him out.
Trying to hold, hit the gaps, penetrate, create havoc in the backfield.
Beeson came from the inside. They actually brought in a nickelback Grant, and it freed up Campbell, who leads his team with 9 sacks. He got in there and one-on-one matchup. Very, very simple for him to make the play.
They're going to go for it because their kicker, Apanavis, just does not have the kind of range needed. This will be about a 47-yarder. So here we go on 4th and 14. Ryan pressured again. Buys time, flips it short. It's complete, but not a first down as Robinson ran a short route. I guess they kind of worsened the field position for the Hurricanes to take over, but that's no way to convert, huh? I don't know.
Well, once he scrambled to that side of the field, it was the only receiver he had over there. And it was the only option, you know, maybe wheel around and throw one down the middle of the field, but basically that was all he had in front of him.
Okay, well, I guess so, but now Miami's going to get the ball.
The problem there is Calais Campbell, again, is just too explosive, too fast to get upfield. Forced Ryan. He didn't want to throw the ball there, but he didn't have any other option. He just got rid of the ball.
And the tackles in the Miami offensive line both back out before the snap is made.
Before the snap, false start, 79 of the offense. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Under Armour advantage so far. Andre Callender has 51 total yards, made a nice little pass reception, scored the game's only touchdown so far. We'll see if these offensive coaches at Miami, Kirk, now are going to take a chance here. The penalty sets them back inside of 2 minutes to play in this first half. The quarterback who just threw a pick his last attempt. Freeman. There's no receiver. Flips it short, intercepted, and walking into the end zone is DeJuan Tribble. Trouble for Freeman. Tribble with the pick. And that's what we're talking about.
But DeJuan Tribble, as a junior out of Cincinnati, Ohio, just continues to make big plays for this Boston College defense. That's his 5th interception on the year. 3rd interception for a touchdown. He's had one against Florida State. He had one against Maryland last week, and now this one, a terrible decision by Kirby Freeman, trying to make something happen, throws it right into the chest of Tribble.
When Freeman came over, here's the reaction we get from Coker, but when Freeman came to the right and scrambled, he looked at Leggett, wanted Leggett to take off deep. Leggett stuck him deep and came back, and it kind of caught Freeman off guard. He got grabbed. Poor decision, poor throw.
So now the Canes are in a 14-3 hole. BC's defense, which had 3 touchdowns last week, gets to the end zone here again.
When my father was paralyzed in an accident, it inspired me to study neuroscience. My faculty mentors are outstanding, guiding my research on campus and at one of Boston's best hospitals. They've motivated me to strive for excellence and helped me win national academic fellowships. A Jesuit education teaches that knowledge should be used to help others. My dream is to bring science one step closer to helping people like my dad walk again.
I am Melanie McNally, and I'm a student at Boston College.
much higher.
This game being broadcast on ESPN HD, presented by Pioneer Plasma Displays. So a deflating turnover turned touchdown. From the Hurricanes' perspective, an offense that's really struggled big time will have to produce some points, or hope that their defense can, as DeJuan Tribble gets to the end zone. Eagles offense wasn't that great against Maryland in that big win, but 3 defensive touchdowns in that game. You have to look at a lot of football games to see 3 defensive touchdowns in a game. They have 81 total yards in this first half and lead 14-3 as Ryan Hill tries to turn momentum back, and Hill down the sidelines, knocked out of bounds, and a flag is down back inside the 40-yard line, so hold on. Just when you thought a special teams play might ignite the Hurricanes, it will come back.
And that's where they got to look to make big plays, in the special teams, on defense.
Turn to return, holding, number 45 of the receiving team. 10 yards to the spot of the foul. First down.
They got the fullback James Bryant there, you saw on the right of your screen. BC, sound team, and again Miami. Penalties have been a problem all season long.
We were just talking at the break, the way the offense looks from Miami, the way it's looked all year, their best chance to score is going to be either the defense coming up with a play with a big turnover and scoring, maybe a block punt, maybe returning a kickoff or a punt, and that's exactly what they needed before half, and then to have it come all the way back to Kirby Freeman, back to his own 26, where the last 2 throws he has made have been intercepted by Tribble. I think it's safe to say they're going to try to get out of here down 14-3.
Well, it's James who takes the handoff on the delay, and he is hammered. Pads popping as Toll got there.
I'm sure their defense is kind of rooting for 3 kneel downs and punt, or 3 kneel downs and get off the field, or 2, or whatever it's going to take. Just don't turn it over.
There's been discontent brewing ever since the Florida State loss to open the season, and the offense didn't look good. Freeman will take a shot downfield. It's Ryan Moore who hauls in the pass inside the 25. He beat Tribble that time. So Freeman able to pick on his tormentor in this first half for 49 yards to the senior.
I don't hear any boos right now, Chris. Where'd the boos go? Although they did waste 30 to 40 seconds there running the ball on first down.
They lulled him to sleep.
I'm trying to figure out where the safety, Ryan Glasper, went, how he got caught up on the inside and how he left his corner all alone with only a minute to go. Watch the safety here. It's very, very important with an offense that's struggling not to give him an easy play. He gets caught up on the inside, leaves his corner one-on-one, and Ryan Moore hasn't had a great season, hasn't had a great career, but his physical ability at 6'3", 225 pounds, he can go right by Tribble. And how about Freeman recovering very nicely with a good throw downfield?
Hey, this is a heck of a job bouncing back and making a great throw when things are not going well. Steps up into his throw, puts it on the money. Tribble, the best athlete on this Boston College team, no doubt about it, gets beat. He's not really one-on-one. He should have a little help coming over from the safety, but he's trying to play safe and secure, and Moore just runs by him.
Yeah, you've got to get a safety with a team that you're down to under a minute to go. You got an offense that's struggling. Hey, granted, I know it looked like they were going to run the clock out, but the one thing you cannot do is get beat to the outside and leave a corner out there one-on-one.
Well, this is what Chris said earlier. You know, take some shots down the field. What the heck? They're not going to put 15 plays together and walk the ball down the field.
Right.
You got to let it fly and hope you make a big play here and there.
Again, Boston College still alive in the Atlantic Division, must win tonight and have a Maryland home field victory over Wake Forest on Saturday. That would send the Eagles to the ACC championship game against Georgia Tech. Miami with 2 timeouts and 24 seconds to work with from the BC 24. See if they'll think end zone here, guys, or just try to set up Petty for a field goal. Freeman pressured. Flips it short. James has it. Has some room. Gets a nice block. Sidesteps the tackler. Gets down inside the 10 for first and goal. And Miami will spend its second timeout with 14 seconds in the half. 17 yards in the game.
Nice, safe call. I was concerned that Freeman may try to take a shot towards the end zone and throw an interception. Nice call. Nice, safe fit, throwing the screen.
And how about Freeman baiting them? He has run so much that the defensive line got lost. They're thinking, there he goes again. He's getting impatient. Sets it up perfectly. He's got a convoy downfield. Derek Morse leading him downfield. He makes a move on Toll, and he almost took it all the way into the end zone.
Almost did stay on his feet right at the end, getting in. Now
a big old Morse there, 71.
Yeah, here he comes. Sure. Coming downfield. But what sold that was Kirby Freeman has been running like that all night, and I think the defensive line just expected it. Here he goes again. Let's chase him down. This time they let him in, and he got the ball to James. And once James made the catch, you knew it had a big play written all over it.
He drew all four of them in, too. They were all four coming after.
What a spark this would be. They can beat Spaziani's defense and get into the end zone, cut into this Boston College lead after those 2 turnovers in the first half.
14 seconds to go. Doug and I are thinking the same thing. You got 1 timeout to go. That means you can take a chance here, whether it's quarterback trying to make a play with his feet. You don't have to just take shots to the end zone because of that timeout that you still have in your possession if you're Kirby Freeman.
The quarterback draw is a great call in this order, in this area, and this situation. You don't want to turn the ball over here.
This is a rarity for this Miami offense, a goal-to-go situation. They have not visited this territory very often in recent games. Freeman flips into the end zone, open, touchdown. Well, Lance Leggett beat Anam in Miami after a disastrous turnover. Put him in a deep hole. Freeman comes to life.
Well, give Kirby Freeman a lot of respect for the way he bounced back from the 2 interceptions. He puts the ball to the outside for Leggett, but what shocked me is for a defense that is so disciplined. Twice we saw corners lose touch with reality of fighting the football, and especially down inside there with a tall receiver. And Nam's got to realize they're more likely going to try to throw the fade to the corner. He couldn't even find Leggett once he made the throw.
That's a defense. You go back now 7.5 games here. That's only the 4th touchdown pass they've allowed. Normally very sound in the back 4.
4 plays, 74 yards, a minute 26. That was the only the way the game felt. That had to happen for Miami.
No doubt about it. And that's the type of drives that they're going to have. I feel that it's a big play, big chunk type thing that's going to happen. They're not efficient enough to put a 15-play drive together. On this touchdown pass, Anam gets caught flat-footed, just stands there. There's a beautiful throw up to the outside over the corner, and Leggett beats him to a back corner. I think he was peeking in the backfield, honestly.
Leggett's 4th touchdown reception of the year. Miami will get the ball, guys, to start the second half, so we'll see if they can build on this.
Again, I think his 2 quarterbacks up here, you cannot reiterate for a young guy making his 3rd start, national TV, the way he felt in his stomach after throwing those 2 interceptions, especially the one that went back for a touchdown, to come right back and lead this team right down the field with 4 plays, 74 yards, and get a touchdown. That is huge for his growth, not just tonight, but for his future as a quarterback here for Miami. That was a big drive for him.
Kirby Freeman almost promised a win. He said, I promise you we will be bowl eligible this season. He would like to kind of have that bowl game to build towards next year when he expects to challenge Kyle Wright for the starting job. The squib kick taken by Jeff Smith for the Eagles, who gets out across the 30 as time expires in the first half. So the Miami defense allows BC only 81 yards, but the turnovers create the touchdowns, and Coker, who began this night very upbeat, hopeful, but certainly unsure, to say the least, whether this will be his last game with Miami, has reason at least to smile as he heads to the locker room. His team is in a 4-point hole, and he's with Aaron Andrews.
Well, Coach just said, yeah, we needed that. What worked in that drive?
Well, we had the big play to Ryan Moore. That was huge for us. And to overcome the negative play, we had to give the touchdown. But it was huge. We needed it. And obviously, we got a lot of football left, but we're in this thing.
You are in this thing now. Last half, coming up for the regular season. What's your message to your players in that locker room?
We just got to keep playing hard, forget about the scoreboard, and just keep attacking. We're playing great defense right now. Just keep attacking these guys.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Sharon.
Again, BC has an edge of 2-1 in yards, and the Canes will get the ball to start the second half. 14-10 Boston College. Let's join Reese and company for the Pontiac Performance halftime report. Reese?
All right, Chris, Mark May alongside Miami showing some fight after falling behind to BC. Eagles trying to keep their hopes of getting to the title game alive. Cowboys and Buccaneers. Tony Romo, Walter Payton Award winner, the 1AA equivalent of the Heisman at Eastern Illinois. And Romo got frozen in time momentarily. In fact, Romo wanted to take an opportunity to start a play over again. Mark,
you got a do-over. It's a do-over.
Just like in the backyard when you play those Thanksgiving Day games. Romo finding Terry Glenn, former Eastern Illinois quarterback, hooking up with the Ohio State receiver. Romo firing it out to Glenn. Great block from Jason Witten. Second touchdown of the day for Glenn. 14-7 Cowboys.
And take a look at Romo rolling to his left, getting the ball to Marion Barber. He's not a mannequin back there. He can make things happen not only with his arms, but with his legs. Sacked 6 times in 5 games. If you go back, Bledsoe was sacked 7 times in 1 game, and there's Marion Barber again.
And this will be the 5th touchdown pass of the day for Romo. Aikman and Staubach didn't do that. 38-10 the final.
I don't know what credit I deserve. I don't know what, we have a great football team that's allowing, me to do something good once in a while. And like I said, I just pick out a guy who I think is open and I give him the ball, and, they do all the work.
5 touchdowns in regulation. That was plenty work. Pie.
Looks like Mark May at your house today.
Dolphins and the Lions. The Dolphins led by former Lion quarterback Joey Harrington, but you used a fork. Marty Booker for the touchdown. Dolphins cut the lead to 10-7. Here, perhaps Booker didn't get in before he went down. There was contact on the way, but play stood. Check out this catch from the legend Roy Williams.
Oh, sweet. That's just concentration on the big fella. Roy Williams had an outstanding day on the game. 6 catches, 126 yards in the afternoon.
And then here's Joey in a 17-10 game. Harrington finding Randy McMichael. McMichael's first touchdown of the year. Miami goes up 14-10 and 27-10 the final, and Joey gets a bath.
They like him in Detroit now. 3 touchdown passes, 1 pick.
Well, they don't like him in Detroit. Maybe the people visiting from Miami liked him in Detroit. Chiefs and Broncos playing tonight. The Chiefs have a 10-3 lead. Broncos 7-3. Some have speculated Jake Plummer playing for his starting job in this game. Still to come on the Pontiac Performance halftime report, we'll look ahead to Saturday. The Trojans may be able to flash the V for victory at Notre Dame one more time. Brady Quinn has never beaten the Trojans. They'll try to stop the long winning streak, 32 straight at home for USC at home. And whoop-pig suey. What kind of argument would the Pigs have should USC go down against Notre Dame? And we'll also show you much more. The miracle in Miami.
Straight back, has some time. Look, uncorks a deep one for the end zone. Oh, he got it! Did he get it? He got it! Touchdown! 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 Touchdown, Boston College! He did it!
NBA Friday doubleheader on ESPN. Coverage begins at 7:30.
There are 2 reasons your neighborhood Radio Shack is the best place to buy an LCD HD TV. First, you get me, which means you'll get the right advice. Second, you can add to your LCD HD TV with a free TiVo DVR. A TiVo
Get your free TiVo DVR now at Radio Shack.
Man, I could watch that again.
Using only my City Premier Pass credit card, I earn rewards points crazy fast, and I will do it restrained with this restraining device. I start with the points for buying my ticket and Victor's ticket, then earn points for my miles and his. Unbelievable. Using only the City Premier Pass credit card, I rock the house. Big time. Rewarding. Very, very, very rewarding.
Hey, Dad. Hey, sport. Can I borrow the new Tacoma tonight?
My Tacoma... Sure.
Sweet.
I need you to fill out these liability forms, 2 forms of picture ID, proof of insurance, and a list of personal references. Never be too sure.
Seems like everyone wants to drive the Toyota Tacoma. Get $750 cash back or 1.9% financing today on a rugged new Tacoma. Only at your Valley Toyota dealers. Toyota, moving forward.
Too much running. Too many threes. No D. It's all part of the plan. Call 379-SUNS or visit suns.com. Your Phoenix Suns, presented by Casino Arizona.
This is the Pontiac Performance Halftime Report.
Couple of mistakes in the first half hurt the Hurricanes, but Kirby Freeman finding Lance Leggett. The Canes trying to become bowl eligible, down just 14-10 to Boston College. Saturday night, a game that could go a long way toward deciding who will play for the national championship on ABC. USC and Notre Dame. Now, the Fighting Irish may or may not be out of it because of their big loss to Michigan, depending on your perspective. USC, you believe, even though they sit third in the BCS right now, run the table, a date with Ohio State to play for the title. Got to get past the Irish, though. What are the keys? First for USC.
Well, first, it's their passing offense. And last year, if you look at USC, what they were able to do against this Notre Dame defense was amazing. Dwayne Jarrett over 100 yards in receiving yards. Steve Smith 90 yards in receiving yards. But this is the key. Can you stop the passing offense of USC? John David Booty, very accurate with the football. They average 250-plus yards per game throwing the football. Can Notre Dame's defense and their secondary stand up and stop this? And forget about Smith and Jarrett. How about Patrick Turner, 6'5", using his body, making his plays down the field to play the vertical game of USC. Here's how you get pressure on Brady Quinn. You've got to dirty his jersey. You got to hit him when he rolls out of the pocket. You got to hit him when he's in the pocket. These are keys for Notre Dame. Can they protect Brady Quinn? They're 89th in pass protection offense, 27 sacks on the season. If you knock Brady Quinn around in games, this is what will happen for the USC defense. Interceptions in this game. I think it all comes down to pass protection on both sides of the ball. Can USC go vertical with the football? I think they can. They've done it on everybody. Can Notre Dame's offensive line protect Brady Quinn? Those are the questions in this game.
But if they do protect Brady Quinn, USC gives up nearly 200 yards per game passing. They're 57th in the country. Shootout. Does the shootout favor the veteran quarterback, Brady Quinn?
Not at all. If you look at this game and break it down, both offenses are very good, but the key will be the defense of USC. They can stop the run. They don't give up points. They only give up 14 points a game. Can Notre Dame's defense hold up against USC's offense? That's the biggest question in this game.
I've got a good idea of which way you're leaning based on the last 3 months of college football final. What about the people? Let's see what the people think. Mark, it's right down the middle. 50% believe Notre Dame will win in red on the Sports Nation poll. 50% believe it will be the Trojans.
You know the rivalry. You know the stakes. To stay in national title contention. And for one player, the Heisman race. Notre Dame, USC. Their tradition continues on ABC Primetime this Saturday night.
Arkansas is going to be rooting for Notre Dame, but first they have LSU. Now, what kind of argument would the Hogs have for playing in the title game if they run the table and SC loses?
They'd have a tremendous argument because of their body work throughout the season, but everyone would question that first game against USC when USC went into their backyard, dropped 50 points on that defense. That would be the argument. But let's not forget about West Virginia. They started the season ranked in the top 5 in every poll that's out there. They played well the entire season. They lost one game on the road at Louisville when they laid the ball on the carpet 6 times and lost 3 of those. I think people will look back and say, why not West Virginia? And if they finish strong and they run over Rutgers the way that they've run over everyone else on the schedule besides Louisville, they should have a chance.
All right, we'll see. It'll unfold over the next couple of weeks. Still got the Big 12 title game to settle all that. That won't have an impact on the national championship game. What did have an impact on college football lore, the miracle in Miami. We will relive it with Flutie and Company in a bit.
The Pontiac Performance Halftime Report is powered by Pontiac, the official performance machines of the NCAA.
2 out of every 3 Pontiacs sold have 200 horsepower or more. 2 out of 3 get 30 highway miles per gallon or better. They all come with the best coverage in America. In this holiday season, we tag each one in red. And the price on that tag is the price you'll pay. Google Pontiac and check it out for yourself. The Pontiac Red Tag event. See some red, save some green.
Don't want to wait till Friday for huge Thanksgiving savings? Circuit City makes it simple. Shop at CircuitCity.com all day Thursday and Friday for incredible web-only specials. And you'll get even more savings when our stores open 5 a.m. Friday for incredible 6-hour specials. Circuit City makes holiday shopping simple with 3 easy ways to buy. Just call, click, or come in. Circuit City.
PJ is a single girl living in Chicago. She has great friends.
What do you guys think?
Fantastic.
I like the jacket. It's a good choice.
Nice hat.
You guys are useless.
Who are all guys. TBS presents a new comedy about the thrill of victory and the agony of dating.
You got the girl booty call.
Booty calls are not worth it. It's the one thing you learn as you get older.
That's the one thing?
My Boys, a TBS original comedy, premieres Tuesday at 10/9 Central on TBS.
22 years ago today, Bernie Kosar and Doug Flutie back and forth all day in one of the epic battles in college football history. Boston College and Miami combined for nearly 1,300 yards of offense, a classic that wasn't decided until a play called 55 flood tip determined the outcome.
Miami one play away from a big win over BC, unless Doug Flutie in the final play of this game can pull off another miracle.
You looked at the clock, 48-yard line, 6 seconds left. We're throwing the ball for the end zone, so I know what play to call.
We were all in the huddle, and we were all confident. We all were on the same page.
At that point, we're probably thinking, we pretty much got this one in the bag.
Throughout the game, we felt whoever had the ball last is going to win this thing.
Flutie takes the snap. He drops straight back, has some time.
The Hurricanes made some horrendous defensive errors on that winning play.
They covered myself, and they covered Calvin Martin. And Gerard, who was in the middle of us, for some reason, they didn't cover him.
Let's let the slow guy run down there. It allowed me to get down the field early and position myself.
He's just chugging away. I mean, he looks like he's running about a 5-flat 40.
Inside the 5, down to 3, 2.
It was time to let it fly.
Uncorks a deep one for the end zone.
It was a beautifully thrown ball.
You look up into the sky and it's raining, and the lights are shining on the rain, and here comes the brown ball coming out of the dark sky.
Everyone wanted to make a play on the ball. Everybody wanted to be the person that either intercepted the ball or knock it down.
I fully expected one of the Hurricane players to reach up and just simply bat it down.
And much to my surprise, it all of a sudden cleared.
Phelan is down there.
I really felt like, that's incomplete. Okay, and that's a ball game. We gave it a shot.
Oh, he got it! He got it! He got it! Touchdown! Touchdown! Touchdown!
Lo and behold, the ball falls right into his hands. Just unbelievable.
Looking harder to see if that was for real and started kind of laughing to myself, you gotta be kidding me.
There was no way to stop that play. That would never happen. In a million years, that could never happen again.
You prepare for those moments to happen and you make the most of them.
It was one of the greatest plays in college football.
It's remarkable that after 20 years plus, folks are still talking about it.
I've had more than my share of good fortune. And I don't know if I believe in fate. I believe you make your own destiny.
Touchdown, Boston College! He did it!
And perhaps by the end of the night, this will be the second most memorable play by Boston College against Miami in the Orange Bowl. Dewan Tribble's pick 6, BC up 4.
Superman returns Tuesday. Own the 2-disc special edition.
Action!
With over 3 hours of bonus features, go behind the scenes with an in-depth documentary and discover 11 additional scenes not shown in theaters.
Bring it on!
Superman Returns. Own it on DVD, HD DVD, and Blu-ray disc. And look for Superman Returns the video game. Available now. Rated teen.
I just put 43 cents into our savings.
I'll alert the media.
I just put away another 61 cents.
Oh, a whole 61 cents. No.
Save with Keep the Change.
So far, we've put away $230.
Each time you make a purchase with your Bank of America Visa check card, we round up the amount to the next dollar and transfer your change from your checking to your savings account.
Save 8 cents.
I'll alert the media.
Open a checking account and keep the change, only from Bank of America.
Hey, baby.
Hey, what's up?
Not much. Just wanted to talk to the most beautiful girl in the world, that's all.
That's sweet.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's just nice to know that I'm the only man in your world. I am the only man in your world, right? Baby?
Switch to the network with the fewest dropped calls. Singular.
Baby, is it Earl?
Singular. Raising the bar.
Cat got your tongue? Earl got your tongue?
Which law firm should you trust if you've been injured in an auto accident? Goldberg & Osborne has helped its clients recover over $1.3 billion in compensation. We have 4 certified specialists for injury cases, and we focus only on injury cases. We do not handle criminal, divorce, or bankruptcy cases. So, after any auto accident, call Goldberg & Osborne. 1-800-THE-EAGLE.
Not having a car making it, well, difficult to get around. AFN has hundreds of cars, trucks, and SUVs for sale and offers no credit check financing. Just put $299 down and have proof of income, a utility bill, your driver's license, and 5 personal references, and you're approved. There is no credit check. This sale absolutely ends this Sunday. The largest selection in the valley and no credit check. Hey, it's about time you got a car. AFN is located at 2540 West Camelback Road on the northwest corner of I-17 and Camelback Road, or visit goafn.com.
The Pontiac Performance Halftime Report is powered by Pontiac, the official performance machines of the NCAA.
We unveil the Pontiac game-changing performance of the week, and it came courtesy of Josh Morgan of Virginia Tech against Wake Forest. The Virginia Tech touchdown pass spurring the Hokie victory over Jim Grove's Demon Deacons. It is our Pontiac game-changing performance of the week. This is the way the voting looked. Virginia Tech getting 53% of the vote over Cincinnati, Boston College, and USC. But Joanne Dunbar of BC still got the helmet sticker anyway. $5,000 in the General Scholarship Fund at Virginia Tech, courtesy of Pontiac. You can vote always on the game-changing performance logging on to ESPN.com.
Everything's getting faster, sexier, and yet less expensive. So, why not cars? Say hello to the G6 sedan, G6 coupe, and G6 hardtop convertible. G6, one of the fastest growing brands in America. Pontiac, designed for action.
Bergwood, you're on the goalpost truck, you're on the car, I'm on lookout. Bergwood, are you wearing spandex?
Yeah, I got them out of my mom's drawer.
It's very sexy.
You think?
No. Yeah! Go, 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 go!
Oh, this is gonna look great in my yard.
Bergwood?
Is the strength of Allstate behind your favorite college football team?
zone. Touchdown, Boston College. Freeman has no receiver. Flips it short, intercepted, and walking into the end zone is DeJuan Tribble. Freeman flips into the end zone. Open, touchdown. That touchdown just before halftime gives hope to a Miami team battling to finish this regular season at 6-6 and gain bowl eligibility. Boston College ranked 18th, trying to stay alive in the battle for the ACC. They got to win this game and hope that Maryland knocks off Wake Forest on Saturday. It would be BC against Georgia Tech. And welcome back. Chris Fowler, Kirk Herbstreit, Aaron Andrews, joined tonight by Doug Flutie. A treat, 22 years after he beat Miami here in that end zone with that dramatic pass. Well, not much drama for BC's offense in the first half. They take the lead, don't get a first down after that.
Yeah, they really started to struggle, and it's primarily Miami's defense. The pressure they're putting on, just the penetration into the backfield, creating havoc. BC looked like they were going to do something early, but they stalled out.
Well, the Home Depot coaching adjustments, I think both teams have some things that they need to look at. Number one, if you're Miami, continue to take some shots downfield. We saw at the end of the half, Ryan Moore got behind coverage and made a big play that eventually led to a touchdown for Miami. The other thing is we've seen when they've spread out, they've had some success with the athletic ability of Kirby Freeman, run Freeman. And at Boston College, you're playing for an ACC championship, for a right to get there. If Wake Forest loses, they've got to play with more determination than what we've seen in this first half. They look good early on the road, but we have not seen that attitude you'd expect to see from a Tom O'Brien coach team.
You see the Remington first half stats, and the Eagles just 81 total yards as the Canes defense, which has been strong despite this slump. They're stout, but again, BC's defense got to the end zone. That's why they had the lead.
And Doug, I don't know if you agree with this, but I think not only the toughness of Boston College, but go back on offense to the guy who led you to this point, Matt Ryan. Give him a chance to throw the football to set up the run, because they're not having a lot of success winning the battle at the line of scrimmage, running into a wall there from Miami.
Now, for a moment, it looked like they were able to run the ball, but it's going to be Matt Ryan's arm, and it's been that way most of the year. Get back to what you got to here.
Rashawn Jones taking the kickoff for the Hurricanes, running to his left, and he's clocked at the 21-yard line. Ryan just 5 of 11 in the first half. Aaron?
Well, guys, I had a chance to speak with BC's Tom O'Brien on the way out from the locker room. I said, Coach, what kind of adjustments are you looking to make? He said, well, we're up, aren't we? I said, yes. He said, the one thing we are concerned about is the fact that Miami had the momentum going into the locker room. He said, with everything this team has been through, the talk about Larry Coker, that is something that we have to be very cautious about and make sure we take care of business on the field.
Yeah, they busted a coverage, allowing that big completion to Moore, which sparked that eventual touchdown. Miami looking to run the clock out there at the end of the second quarter. On first down, Freeman has it rolling, pursued, fires low and incomplete. Moore was the intended receiver. This new look offense, again, Kyle Wright, thumb surgery. It'll be Wright battling with Freeman next year for the starting job, and Freeman trying to not just win the game and make a good impression, show he can get the job done.
Yeah, we've been talking all night about it, but the different side of this offense that you see with Kirby Freeman is, of course, his athletic ability. Kyle Wright is out. Kyle Wright is more of your prototypical drop-back quarterback. Freeman has to be able to show the coaches, I think, in these 3 starts that he's had, that he can be the leader and bring the intangibles to the table and provide some leadership to get some points.
4 receivers set, but Javaris James, short gain on 2nd and 10. Brady Smith, freshman end there on the stop.
And that's what the coaches were talking about with Freeman. Freeman brings a little fire to him. Maybe it's a renewed life, a renewed hope, whatever it is when you make a quarterback change. But I'll tell you what, the athleticism is a variable. They're gaining an identity with the spread offense and putting them in the shotgun. All year long, they've been fighting with, are we a 2-back team? Do we run the ball? Are we a power team? Do we spread them out? And finally, it looks like they may gain an identity for next year.
Yeah. This is an offense that's 80th in the nation in yards per game. Averages less than 15 points per game in the ACC. Freeman on 3rd down, fires off the hands of Sam Shields. The freshman unable to make the catch. Would have had a first down. Tribble there defending.
Not a bad throw.
Not a bad throw. And, you know, you're always careful be critical of a true freshman, but this is the 12th game of the season. This is an offense that's struggling to get first downs. You've got to make that catch. You've got to be able to get your hands up and make the play.
It was like he couldn't get his hands up in position to catch the ball. It was a little behind him. It was probably a little bit of a tough catch, but he didn't even get his hands in position.
Monroe able to grab the low snap and get a pretty good kick away. Tribble hammered at the sideline as he crossed the 40-yard line.
Was 41 yards.
So the Eagles will take over. See if they can get that offense going. Saturday, ESPN2 and ESPN offer up two important college football games. First on ESPN2, 4:15 Eastern, the Boise State Broncos look to go undefeated. They'll visit 8-3 Nevada. Boise State, if they get that win, great chance at going to the BCS, likely the Fiesta Bowl.
Be very careful, Boise State on the road.
All right.
With Nevada and I think Wake Forest and Maryland. Maryland, a team that coming off a loss, I think they've got a shot to beat Wake Forest.
Ryan rolls and finds a receiver for a nice gain up near midfield. The third tight end there, Ryan Thompson.
I just love the fact that they threw on 1st and 10. The last 5 possessions, you can see what they have done. And I think, again, if Boston College is in 3rd and 7, Miami is too athletic up front and too skilled on the perimeter for them to be able to execute. They're going to be better off mixing in the 1st and 10 play action and then go back to your bread and butter of running the football.
They get their first down since the first quarter. And hitting the backfield is Whitworth. Merriweather, the strong safety, there very quickly.
Miami has 9 guys at the line of scrimmage, not respecting the vertical stretch at all from the passing game of Matt Ryan. They're loading up. That's a safety. Brandon Merriweather all the way up the line of scrimmage.
You're just outnumbered up front. You can't block everyone. You're not going to be able to block either edge player in that front.
Pump fake by Ryan. Has a man open. It's Challenger. First down near the 30.
Beautiful back shoulder throw by Matt Ryan. A little pump fake, a slant and go. And he puts the ball on his back shoulder. Beautiful spot for the ball.
And that might look like a little thing to a viewer at home, but this is what makes Matt Ryan so good, is the placement of the football and the way he gave a little pump, but then the placement of the ball on the back shoulder to allow his receiver to just come make the catch and turn towards the sideline away from the defender.
It's Whitworth. Stop for a loss. So Ryan regaining some rhythm here at the start of the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, and they may have to abandon this running game pretty soon and just let Matt take control.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, the first play, seeing Matt Ryan run a bootleg, that's the first time I've seen that in quite a while because he has been injured and hobbled, but they moved him around a little bit.
This is a great shot at the throw before and how he threw it in a position where it's away from the defensive back, Phillips, who's been all over these receivers.
Ryan flips it short again. It's Whitworth. And nothing going there.
On that back shoulder throw, the great thing about it is if he throws it down the field, the DB's running stride for stride. He'll get there, but you have kind of what I call width separation. You can throw the ball to the outside or back shoulder and stop him, and that creates the separation.
Plus, he had about 8 to 10 yards of real estate to work with back towards the boundary. Let's see how they execute here on 3rd and long. It's been a problem all night.
This is not the wheelhouse for the Eagles. 3rd and 8. Ryan, pocket collapsing, and he's dropped. John Beeson, the linebacker, there for his 2nd sack of the year.
I'll tell you what, they've been stout all night coming in, putting pressure on the quarterback. Here, it looked like initially he had an opportunity to get rid of the ball, but all night long, this Miami defense has been taking it to BC.
Yeah, they've been bringing pressure. They've been playing some man on the outside, and I think that right now they're winning the battle in the line of scrimmage. They are winning the battle against a very good offensive line.
They're going to go for it again on 4th down. Well out of field goal range. The last time they completed it way short of the 1st down. This time they flip it short. Purvis, the tight end, again not going to get the 1st down, and it backs up the Miami offense a little bit, but the Hurricanes will take over. That's twice they've done that now.
Well, he didn't want to throw a pick down the field, but there it's 4th down. Now there he had an opportunity definitely to lay it up to somebody.
A pick down the field is better than an incompletion.
This hasn't been a great year, but again, let's give a nod to Randy Shannon, Miami's defensive coordinator. If you have not seen Miami play this year and you look at their record, you'd think they have had a horrible year. They come in tonight 8th in the nation in total defense because of this guy. guy right here.
Still giving a great effort. Hurricanes get the ball down 4.
Applebee's brings the holidays new flavor with our juicy new Sicilian sirloin, together with tender shrimp and rich crab stuffing. Spectacular holiday steak and seafood, only at Applebee's.
With unmatched technology and innovation years ahead of its time, we've pushed the boundaries of high definition and tested the limits of reality. The new Pure Vision Plasma Display, only from Pioneer.
The Heisman, brought to you by the Nissan Titan.
At Fred Meyer and Littman Jewelers, this 1-carat total weight diamond anniversary ring is $715. But during our 3-day sale, save $466 and pay just $249.
For all those special times.
Fred Meyer and Littman Jewelers.
If you're ever in an interview and are asked if you've had leadership experience, try not to smile. There's Strong, and then there's Army Strong. Find out more at goarmy.com/strong.
Brunch, $30.
Hey, that's okay, Wendy. That was a good carry. You're still the man. You're the man.
Latte, $4.
Shake it off, Johnny. Rub some dirt on it.
New piano, $3,000.
All right, guys. They're not saying boo. They're saying movers.
Supporting your team. Priceless.
All right, Bobby. You still got the best arm in the neighborhood.
There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard.
This is decaf, right?
Hope you enjoyed your Thanksgiving meal with loved ones. Kind of weird eating turkey and Thanksgiving in the tropics down here, but some Hurricane fans, and that's a nice spread. There you go.
That's what I'm talking about. I would like to have been right in the middle of that meal. That's nice.
But the turkey bowl is supposed to be with snow and all the icy field.
I wasn't complaining today. I'm okay by the pool on Thanksgiving. I had no complaints about it. Look at that. How can you see the game?
How?
That's a lot of work right there for 3.5, 4 hours.
Oh, too much work.
You turn any seat into a bad seat, though, you wear that hat. I mean,
obstructed view.
We'll give it one more time to James, who picks his way in the left side, gets cranked pretty good. We're going to keep riding the true freshman. He came in 116 yards short. Clinton Portis's record for true freshman, picked up 41 yards so far.
You know, if Miami can keep from making the big mistake again, they're ready to roll now. Their confidence is up from the end of the half, scoring. They're stopping BC. They've got a little bit of momentum here.
Shields in motion. James again. Lost his footing as he tried to cut back, and he got cracked. Big number 60, Ron Brace, the sophomore. Scare of the freshman there.
You know, there's been so much speculation all year about Larry Coker, and especially it's heated up here in the last 3 or 4 weeks. Now, it's not even speculation of whether or not he's going to get fired. There's been some people in the media talking about who's his replacement going to be already. Of course, he's not been released yet. The only thing I've seen in being here numerous times in the last 5 years, no matter who they hire, whether Larry Coker keeps the job,
Freeman scrambles and dives across the 40 for a first down.
Chris, let me just say, no matter who, if Larry Coker keeps the job or they make a move, can somebody within the university realize that when you look at the facilities at Miami, you're probably in the bottom third in the nation when it comes to facilities? Can somebody buy some paint, some carpet, anything to help the Miami program out to try to get the facilities up to a decent level?
There's the president, Donna Shalala, who has promised that they will make facilities upgrades. Freeman takes a shot downfield, has Moore, who makes the catch before getting hammered at the 30. So once again, it's Freeman looking for the senior downfield, producing big play.
Freeman did a great job with his shoulders, looking down the middle of the field, looking up the seam, holding the deep third defender, and then firing it in the window out to the right, down the sideline.
And that's a tight window, right between the corner and the safety. The look down the middle of the field kept the safety on the hash and gave him just enough room to squeeze it in to Ryan Moore. And also, great job of concentrating by Ryan Moore.
Yeah, because Glasper came and delivered the lick, so 28 yards after the 49-yarder late in the half that set up the touchdown. They will come over and review whether or not it was a catch. Look, he held on. Does he have possession there? Looks pretty clear. Ball ever come out?
After he rolled it on the ground.
Yeah, I don't know what we're looking at here.
He seems to have the football, yeah.
Oh, he was bobbling it a little bit, controlling it, but there was never a doubt that he caught the ball.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like now.
Had the ball in his right hand as he came down.
After review, the play stands is called on the field. There was a reception. First down.
I guess going back to my point about the facilities, they definitely need an overhaul to their facilities. I'm not so much talking about the Orange Bowl. They could use an overhaul here and a facelift here, but I'm talking about their practice facilities, because this program's expected to win 11 or 12 games every year, and I know they've done it in the past, but today, to compete with the Tennessees and LSUs and Georgias, and from a recruiting standpoint, you've got to be able to give the coaches some help here.
But the coaches are quick to say, guys, that that's not an excuse for going 5 and 6. That facility's not the reason they're struggling this year.
But I'm talking about whether it's Larry Coker or you're trying to lure in a big-time coach.
Freeman, up fake, looks down the field to the end zone for Olsen. Does he have it? Officials are conferring, and they spot it. Catch at the 2.
Beautiful pump fake on the hit screen. Fakes the hit screen, the tight end up the rail. Beautiful touch on the ball. I tell you, Freeman's showing some great promise.
I think there are a lot of people right now that are saying, where's this offense been all year? And finally, Ryan Moore and the tight end Greg Olsen are being put in a position to make plays, and they're coming through, and Freeman's putting them the ball in a place where they can make a play. His right foot is in. That's a completion.
Part of that is they're in a position where they have nothing to lose, and it's just taking the handcuffs off and going.
So first and goal, it's inside the 2. That's Olsen in motion. James with the carry. And he is hammered and has to spin, fight, and will lose about a yard. And a scuffle away from the ball. Schlegel, the center, involved in there with Ron Brace. So BC's defense forces James back a yard on first down. Miami to try to take the lead here after being in deep trouble, down 14-3 very late in the second quarter. So 3 tight ends and a fullback in. And it's James, deep handoff. Appeared to juggle it, but holds onto the football and scores. Still some fight in this Miami team, and O'Brien's squad was so much on the line tonight. Now will be down by 3 pending the PAT. John Petty's still perfect on the season. So Miami's defense, which has been so strong tonight, finally has a lead to protect. 17-14 when you come back.
Saturday Night Football on ABC. Notre Dame versus USC. This Saturday at 8.
shift shock. The next Nissan Maxima with CVT, part of the next generation of Nissan thinking.
Okay. Gooey sauce. Melty cheese. Sauce. Cheese.
Inchophobia, fear of messy enchiladas.
No! Is that bad?
Yes, but the cure is quite good. A chicken enchilada.
No!
No, relax. The sauce and cheese are on the inside.
And I'm cured.
Taco Bell's chicken enchilada grilled stuffed burrito. Smothered enchilada taste, wrapped up and grilled to go. For more enchilada taste and less enchilada price, think outside the bun.
ESPN's College Football Primetime, brought to you by the Nissan Titan, proud presenter of the 2006 Heisman, and Under Armour Performance. The advantage is undeniable.
First lead for Miami, and it comes after a 73-yard drive on 7 plays. The big plays, Freeman completions of 28 yards to Moore and 30 yards to Olsen. James finishing it off.
Really, really impressed with Kirby Freeman tonight, making his 3rd career start. The way the offense has played all year, there's been a lot of pressure on him to step in. And I think even after the first couple drives, we were questioning, what's the identity to this offense? And it's really developed tonight. Some players have helped him by making some big plays.
Merrill hammers it deep, and there'll be no return. Total yards 253 to 115, Kirk.
Yeah, and the big fella here, Derek Morris, does an outstanding job of coming around and picking up a big block. He is right here at right guard. I want you to watch how he comes around and gets a big block on Silva, who's walked up as a safety, taking on a 300-pound lineman, and he gets put on his back, and that opened up a very nice hole there on a power play for the big back, Javaris James. This line's playing pretty well tonight, too.
Yeah, Morris, I like how he moves for a 340-pounder. So now Ryan in the offense, a deficit for the first time tonight, 80 yards from the end zone, and they'll throw on first down. Steps up, flips it short, caught by Gonzalez, who's dropped immediately by Merriweather after picking up 6.
Not a lot of yards after the catch for Boston College because of the team speed defensively for Miami. Even though he gets an open receiver and it's a 7-yard gain or 6-yard gain, they close in a hurry.
Merriweather really has not been the same player, they say, since his role in that brawl here. He's playing a big game tonight.
Miami, this is kind of uncharted waters. 15 quarters since they've had a lead.
Ryan flips it short again. It's caught by Callender, who will have a first down before Beeson can drag him down.
What I'm seeing at this point is Boston, we've talked about this since halftime. Our Home Depot coaching adjustment has put the ball in the hands of Matt Ryan. And because the corners are doing such a great job of locking up the receivers on the outside, I think Matt Ryan's going to have to turn to his receivers to the middle. Running backs out of the backfield, tight end, slot receiver maybe coming across the middle.
Play action fake, they flip it short, caught, barreling out of the 45-yard line. Again, they appear to be moving away from that ground game, which has produced us 28 yards tonight.
Well, if the linebackers are going to bring pressure and they're going to try to get to Matt Ryan, and you're not winning the battle on the outside, you've got to turn to the matchups to the inside and rely on Palmer, Whitworth, Callender, the big tight end Ryan Purvis to make some plays. And don't abandon the running game completely, guys. It's only 17-14. We're in the 3rd quarter.
They'll run running on second and short, but a flag before the snap. Ryan 7 of 7 after halftime, Doug.
He's doing a real nice job of stepping up. The ends are getting upfield and around the corner. Here's the goal.
Before the snap, false start, 67 to the offense. 5-yard penalty, still second down.
Campbell and Atkins are getting up the field defensively for Miami around the corner, and Matt's now stepping up through to find a receiver. And he's doing a nice job of buying himself just a little extra time.
Well, that's the first penalty of the night for the Eagles, and a second and short now becomes second and 7. Ryan's been the steadiest quarterback in the ACC, but the first half tonight, not one of his best. Since then, beginning to find the rhythm, and he'll operate out of the shotgun here. Steps up, feels some pressure, flips it, almost intercepted. Tavares Gooden was right there with the back. A dangerous throw for Ryan.
That's just something you don't see from Matt Ryan. We've seen a couple of throws tonight that are uncharacteristic of the quarterback who leads the ACC in total offense. And you understand his idea here, Doug, but a poor decision with Tavares Gooden sitting right there.
It's the pressure on the quarterback that makes you make bad decisions and create turnovers. And he was very fortunate to get this ball back.
We saw Kirby Freeman feel that pressure and make a poor decision. It was a pick 6 for Boston College going the other way.
Gonzalez in motion on 3rd and 7. Only 1 of 7 on 3rd down of the Eagles, and they won't convert that one. Randy Phillips with the coverage on Gonzalez. Ryan took a hit after the throw. 3rd and long. They've just had no success, and this Miami defense helped out by that 5-yard penalty on 2nd and short, able to force the punt.
Yeah, this is unlike Matt Ryan. He looks a little uncomfortable, and it's because of the defensive pressure. You know, forced one bad decision there. He didn't really have a receiver open. He doesn't have the time to stand there and go through his progression and deliver the ball the way he would be comfortable to do.
Ayers gets it away, and then here's the freshman Chavez Grant, who'll let the punt bounce, and it'll roll dead about the 11-yard line. So Miami trying to protect a 3-point lead, salvage bowl eligibility, get to 6-6. We'll have the football when you come back.
Using only my City Premier Pass credit card, I earn rewards points crazy fast, and I will do it restrained with this restraining device. I start with the points for buying my ticket and Victor's ticket, then earn points for my miles and his. Unbelievable. Using only the City Premier Pass credit card, I rock the house. Big time. Rewarding. Very, very, very rewarding.
Professional grade engineering plus year-end savings equals the GMC Red Tag event, where year-end deals are part of the equation. The price on the tag is the price you'll pay. Plus, every GMC comes with a GM 100,000-mile warranty. It's a whole new level of confidence and the best coverage in America. It all adds up to a great time to buy. The Red Tag event ends soon. See some red and save some green at your Valley Pontiac GMC dealers today.
Fall is the perfect time to plant trees. Hi, I'm Brian from Whitfield Nursery, and we have to sell thousands of trees to make room for the truckloads arriving daily from our farms. Giant 36-inch box trees like ficus, mesquite, and orchids from just $399. Big 15-foot tall queen palms just $179. 24-inch box trees from just $119, or 3 big 15-gallon trees planted and guaranteed for just $199. Whitfield Nursery since 1946, worth the drive from anywhere, and hey, we'll still do the digging.
Our singular All-America Player of the Week, Troy Smith of Ohio State, for leading the Buckeyes past Michigan. Smith, 29 of 41, 316 yards. That's a season high. 4 touchdowns every week. You can text your vote. Text VOTE to 87654 on your singular wireless phone. You can win a trip to the national championship game. Aaron Andrews.
Well, thank you so much. Welcoming you back to the Orange Bowl. Hurricanes up right now by 3. Sitting down with Larry Coker yesterday, He got up from where he was sitting with us and pointed to a board that showed all the games and said, this was the game back on October 14th versus FIU. He said, this was the game, of course, with the brawl that took a lot of swagger out of our team. The reaction from everywhere, we're thugs. This program is in shambles. All the negative feedback they got. He said so much was said around the country that just wasn't true about this program. It took a lot out of everything this program has established, and it all went away in 15 minutes. He said it affected my players, and it affected him as well, Chris.
Aaron, he said that what he characterized as a very unfair media backlash was really the thing that took the heart out of the team, not so much the brawl itself. Those ugly images revisited one more time. Freeman throws an ugly pass over the middle, almost intercepted as Eagles were bumping into each other back there. Mark Herzlich, the linebacker, had his hands on it. Jamie Silva, the safety, was there too.
Little Jekyll and Hyde here tonight from a young quarterback in Kirby Freeman. Not unlike any quarterback who's ever played at this level. You're going to have some moments where you're really excited, making great decisions, and other moments where you revert back to being a quarterback making your third career start.
Bottom line is he got that one back. You know, he didn't get the big turnover there. He got away with one, and so he's coming back and slinging it.
There's Matt Ryan trying to fire his guys up, getting them to believe they're going to come back to win this game.
Sean Jones in motion comes back, and Freeman flips it short. Very low throw, and there was nothing but traffic around Javaris James anyway.
Go back to what Aaron Andrews just talked about in that report, and we sat and, you know, he kind of got up out of nowhere and just pointed to that game and said, this really took it out of us. And people are going to say, well, that's Miami. What do you expect? And I really can't tell you how unfair that is personally, because when I've covered this Miami team, when they started to get really good in 2000 and beyond, what I was blown away by was the toughness and maturity of some of the players that had been here in the past. And we'll continue this after this play.
On 3rd and 10, it's Freeman again flipping it short. James tries to sidestep for first down yardage, but it'll be stopped short at the 19. This current team, obviously, Kirk, paying the price for some of the misdeeds of past teams.
Yeah, going back to the early 80s and into the early 90s when Miami had some moments where they obviously were not, maybe let's say, the best as far as sportsmanship. But the teams that Butch Davis built up that went on to win a national championship in 01, I'm talking about Dan Morgan, guys like Jonathan Vilma, Santana Moss, Ken Dorsey. You're not going to find better character guys. And there are a lot of great guys on this team, but because of that reputation, people instantly jumped on top of them.
This is DeJuan Tribble as the flags come down, ducking in at the 35-yard line. No excusing what happened on
not
the
at all.
There was some
absolutely not.
Horrible actions.
Throwing the helmet, stepping on people, that was completely unacceptable.
But the way he phrased it was, they've lost that swagger. They don't know what is acceptable now and what they can do out there as far as emotion is concerned and energy level, and you lose some of that.
That's exactly right.
See the predecessors for Coker. Pretty big shoes to fill. Jimmy Johnson. You see illegal block in the back, and the Eagles in the return will cost them field position. Erickson, of course, won 2 national championships. Butch Davis did not, but he recruited the players that Coker then won his first 24 games with. Some unbelievable talent on that 2001 team. Shockey, Andre Johnson, Dorsey, Clinton Portis. Unbelievable. Miami still has more players on NFL opening day rosters than any school, although certainly the first rounders have dropped off the last couple of years, just won each of the last 2 drafts.
What was amazing, though, from 2000, 2001, and 2002, as many players as they sent to the NFL, those guys cared about each other, and that allowed them to win games. It wasn't just about the NFL.
Ryan just ducks down. You got some guys who want to play on Sunday on that defensive line. Calais Campbell we saw, Kareem Brown flushing out Ryan and just hit the deck there. First rounders since '84. Miami far and away the most, 44 of them, and total of 84 picks.
And that's what when you think of Miami, you think of athletes.
And Gino said, no, I have a lot of talent on our team. Gino, come on. I don't want to hear about no talent on the '92 Miami team. I mean, 2nd and 16 now for Ryan. Short, incomplete, overled Whitworth over the middle. Darryl Sharpton, the backer, in coverage. All of a sudden now, given the lead to protect, this Miami defense even more energized.
Brock Atkins has moved all over the field. This time, he's going to come underneath, and even though he doesn't get to Ryan, it's just the fact that he gets right into his face, and this has been something that we've been seeing all night tonight. Campbell has been there. They're moving Brock to Atkins, and now again, Boston College in an uncomfortable position of 3rd and long.
Yeah, back in the day in this close into the Orange Bowl, 3rd and 16, this would have been tough to hear. As it is, Ryan goes deep, jump ball, incomplete. In coverage was Sharp, and then coming across and laying a lick. And the receiver, Brandon Robinson, took a huge hit from Anthony Reddick.
It was a shot, out of your own end, 3rd and extra long, put one up, let your receiver make a play. Actually, Robinson makes a great break on the ball, almost watch the lick. 2 guys are down after that collision.
Reddick, who...
Yeah, Sharp's there, and then Reddick makes the big hit.
The Canes should get good field position as Grant will come up in a hurry and fumble the ball. And BC appears to have recovered. Well, this is a freshman returning punts for the first time tonight, and this has been a critical problem for Miami all season long. Catching punts, you can see right there Grant's inexperience.
He's got to be, he's on the move going after the ball, which creates a problem for him, number one. Number two, the ball was not a perfect spiral of a punt, so it's wobbling on him. He's trying to make a difficult catch in traffic, and it lets it get into his pads. He overran a little bit, creates a big turnover for BC. With all the momentum right now in Miami's favor, this is the type of break Boston College was looking for.
And that play kind of sums up the Miami season, where everything is going their way. They have the lead, they're going to get great field position, and they give the ball right back to Matt Ryan.
And now it's Callender as a flag comes in. The regular punt returner for Miami, Bruce Johnson, we were told just before the game, he has been suspended for tonight's game, a violation of rules. So that put Grant in the position to return punts for the first time. Penalty on BC. Canes looking to the sideline to see if they want to accept it.
Holding, 77 of the offense. 10 yards to previous spot. Repeat first down.
And the guys are chairless, the right tackle.
Again on that play, Atkins came up the field, turned the play in on his own, and then slipped under the block to make the tackle himself. The 2 defensive ends right now are controlling the game for Miami.
Brock Atkins, it's 6'4". They move him a lot to the inside to get Eric Monker on the field as well. They've had some injuries in the interior, so they've had an ability to take advantage of Brock Atkins' versatility tonight. He can play inside and outside.
Final home game for Atkins, the senior. Wants to go out on a high note after a disappointing season. They chase down running back Daryl Sharpton. Grant trying to atone for his fumble, playing corner there to help out in the tackle.
Anytime Boston College is in a long yardage situation, they look uncomfortable offensively. They need to be in good down and distance, consistently picking up 3 or 4 yards, and it's not happening because of the penetration of the defense.
We're almost to the end of the 3rd quarter, and Boston College has 25 yards rushing and 112 yards passing. And they are right now getting whipped up front.
Once again, Ryan is pressured, flips it short to Callender. Can't slip a tackle. John Beeson there, and it'll be 3rd and long again for the Eagles, who were just 1 of 9 on 3rd down.
And when you're getting whipped up front, a lot of times, obviously, you've got to go to screens. You've got to try to find a way to get the ball into the hands of a playmaker to give yourself at least a chance to execute on 3rd down.
They're a little short on playmakers, this BC team. Ryan down the middle, has a man caught for a first down. So a nice, precise throw by Ryan, and Rich Gunnell makes a rare appearance in the game, makes a critical catch.
Well, the best thing that happened there, Gunnell makes the play, but he got rid of the ball so quickly, and I watched him in warm-ups, and Doug, you were down there too. He throws a seam route where I'm talking about a 25-yard throw where it's about 10 feet off the ground, and it has a lot of velocity on it. He made that throw on that previous play.
The throw is low and behind Challenger.
And he made makes the throw look easy because of how big his arm is, but there are not even a lot of quarterbacks in the NFL who can sit back there and throw that in rhythm. That was a nice throw by Ryan.
On the delay, Whitworth. Bowling straight ahead. It's going to be yet another 3rd and long now for the Eagles.
We're talking about his mechanics. He's got great mechanics. It's a quick release, but it's a strong arm with the ball up high. He's got great rotation on the ball. Once he gets it there in a hurry, it's would cut through wind, everything else. He's got a very strong arm and a quick release.
Interesting, BC trying to get a little hurry up here. Best they can to avoid Miami getting their substitutions onto the field.
And they're not in field goal range. Ryan fires to the sidelines, incomplete. He's in there defending.
Boston College side, we're max protected. We kept in everyone there to give ourselves an opportunity to throw the football.
So it'll be 4th down one more time as we head through the 4th quarter. Miami has the lead, 17-14. An O'Brien team which needs it to keep ACC hopes alive.
Big Ten Challenge, Tuesday and Wednesday at 9 on ESPN.
Welcome back to the much anticipated matchup between the Eagles and the Bulldogs. The Eagles to receive. Let's go down to the field and get a real quick report from Meg Shipley. Meg?
The Eagles are hoping their potent offense can penetrate the Bulldogs' number 3 ranked defense. Now, I believe we're seeing some parachutes coming down. Mike, are you seeing this from up there?
Absolutely, Meg, and I have no explanation for what's going on right now, but cows are parachuting onto the field. I'm not sure if this is some kind of a protest stunt or something. 2 cows have landed on the field now. Now there's a 3rd cow headed for the stands. It's actually headed right towards a burger. Look out! Oh, my. The burger vendor is down. I think we just saw the hit of the year.
Be one of the first million people to register at freebreakfastnow.com and get a coupon for a free Chick-fil-A breakfast entree. Brought to you by the Nissan Titan.
Oh, you're home early.
What's the point? Everyone's giving all those great gifts from Home Depot this year. Oh, where's the remote?
This year, the Home Depot is the place for great gifts, like a Magic Chef wine cooler for just $79.99, or a Charm Glow gas grill with side burner for $199. Only at the Home Depot.
Bye-bye. This Friday from 5 to 11 a.m., come to Walmart, where you won't have to deal with gimmicks. Who needs them? And how about no hassles? Just unbelievably low, absolutely unbeatable prices on fantastic items throughout the store. And no gimmicks ever. 5 to 11 a.m. Friday only. And check out Walmart.com on Thanksgiving for secret items that'll be in stores Friday.
Find the perfect gift at Zales this Friday from 8 to noon. Save an extra $150 on these diamond earrings, now just $149. Find the perfect gift at Zales, the diamond store.
It lives in the walls. It's here to do God's work.
This is not what God wants!
Now it's on DVD, starring Kane. See no evil. Own it November 28th.
Welcome back to Thanksgiving in Miami. Yesterday, here at the Orange Bowl, the city of Miami with a turkey giveaway. Commissioner of the city, Joe Sanchez, there. Give turkeys to folks in need. Very nice. Eagles need a first down on 4th and 8. Ryan over the middle. It is broken up. Darryl Sharpton got his hand in there, knocked it away from Challenger, and the Eagles are now 0 for 3 on 4th down tonight.
Well, this is a matchup that Matt Ryan will take every single time with his leading receiver coming to the game, Kevin Challenger, against a linebacker right in the middle of your screen, a freshman, number 50. Watch how they battle one-on-one here. And actually, he has it beat. If he leads him, he's got a first down, but the ball's behind his receiver, allowing the freshman linebacker to come over to knock the ball away.
So that is the 3rd time in a potential long field goal range situation that Boston College comes away with no points and decent field position now for Miami.
So Miami to begin the 4th quarter sitting on a 3-point lead and desperately trying to avoid a mistake here. They'll take the safe route, hand it to James, who's dropped for a loss. We'll check with Reese Davis for a 30 and 30 update. Reese.
All right, Chris, a couple NFL games from this afternoon. Tony Romo threw 5 touchdown passes. No Cowboy quarterback had ever done that in regulation as the boys beat Tampa Bay 38-10. T.O. caught the final of the 5 touchdown passes. And Miami beats Detroit 27-10. Joey Harrington returning to the Motor City and throwing for 213 yards and 3 touchdowns. SportsCenter after the game, ESPN News constantly.
Reese, thanks. We thank folks who did not get their fill of football in the afternoon for joining us here tonight as Aaron Thomas, the sophomore from Gramercy, Louisiana, gets his first carry of the night. He's the guy they're going to use to spell James, with Tyrone Moss and Charlie Jones, 2 veteran backs, just not getting the job done. They're going to go to Thomas.
Doug and I both saying the same thing there. It's nice to see number 16 in white flashing now for this defense. He's had to battle through some injuries, but Brian Toll that time almost read the play before the tailback even took his initial step. Toll was already closing in, coming downhill, and got into the backfield to disrupt that play.
So a conservative couple of first plays for the Canes on this drive, trying to avoid that mistake on 3rd and 8. Freeman will be sacked, loses the football, but is able to fall on it. Kevin Atkins, the linebacker, there to pressure him. That's the first time the Eagles have sacked Freeman, who comes up limping just a bit.
That's
wow.
Second time he's dodged a bullet today. He puts this on the ground, takes a shot, gets it back. He's going to make mistakes as a freshman. You're just hoping that the big plays overcome those mistakes.
That would have been a big one.
Yeah, but when you're an athletic quarterback like Freeman, you always feel you can make a play. You always fight to make a play, and sometimes it'll backfire on you.
Fair catch by Tribble at the 25-yard line. ESPNU All-State standings. BCS, that narrow margin, 0.07 of a point. 007 is the margin for Michigan over USC. But if the Trojans can beat Notre Dame Saturday night in the Coliseum on ABC, most people believe they'll jump over Michigan in the number 2 by virtue of the computers.
USC has a couple of big games left. They still got to play UCLA, and you know, they'll probably jump ahead of Michigan if they win those ball games.
What do you think, though, Doug? We talk all the time. The opponent for Ohio State in Glendale.
I feel it's going to be USC. I really don't want to see the rematch. If the rematch were ever to happen, though, Michigan right now is the 2nd best team in the country.
Yeah, see,
that's the thing, though. Do you vote for a rematch, or do you vote for the merit of the team?
I think you throw the term rematch out of the window, and you realize that the BCS was not about rematches or not having a rematch. It was about the 2 best teams in the country playing in the championship game. So if USC wins out, they should play Ohio State. If they lose, then I don't think Michigan did anything to hurt themselves the way they played in the backyard of the number 1 team in the country.
On first down, it's Callender for a short gain. But again, there's a major discussion about who the 2nd best team in the country is. Michigan or USC, or perhaps an SEC champion that has 1 loss. And that's very debatable.
Sure
I really believe Michigan is that number 2 team. That their 1 loss is a 3-point loss to the number 1 team in the country on the road.
See, LSU will try to spoil Arkansas's national championship hopes. The Hogs are already in the SEC championship game. The Gators visit the Noles in Tallahassee after pummeling them a year ago. Florida and Arkansas will collide in the SEC. Notre Dame is a long shot most feel just by virtue of the head-to-head loss to Michigan, but USC and Pete Carroll, who has zero understanding of the BCS. That expression is perfect. He knows nothing about it. As we see that Glenn Sharp is still being attended to. Trainers looking at that leg, that calf.
Hopefully that's a cramp there. All I can tell you about USC is they beat Arkansas, who's going to the SEC championship game. They beat Nebraska, who's going to the Big 12 championship game. They beat Cal, who's the #2 team in the Pac-10. And if they beat Notre Dame, they'll beat a team who's ranked in the top 5 of the BCS at the end of the year. I know they lost to Oregon State, but what have they done from that point on? And what have they done in their non-conference?
Well, they've closed. Well, they've beaten Arkansas, which could win the SEC West. They could beat Nebraska.
What if
which
Arkansas
could be the
wins the SEC?
Yeah, right. I agree. Their resume is very good, but I think you can make a case if you want to spin it for Michigan. It's a team that trailed for 17 minutes all year until the game in Columbus and battle the Buckeyes. And
as I said,
lost.
They didn't do anything to hurt themselves playing Ohio State the way they did.
I want to see how USC deals with Notre Dame. The Notre Dame team, the Michigan hammered by 26 on the road. I want to see what an easy time or not SC has the Fighting Irish, because comparing scores is dangerous, but it's useful here, I think. 2nd and 9. A handoff short as the Eagles try to get conservative here.
USC did have a lot of games that they did not look real impressive this year, and their losses to Oregon State.
Yeah.
Those are the negatives there, but they did beat the tar out of Arkansas.
Yeah. All I know is from the time they lost to Oregon State, from that point to coming into this weekend's game, I'd put them on the field with about anybody in the country, the way they're playing on defense and now the way John David Booty's playing.
3rd and 6. A little instruction is you see A.J. Brooks, the young tailback, is in there. Ryan pointing to guys. They block that guy in the blitz, and the Canes do come up the middle. Ryan steps up and is dropped at the 15. Canes did a nice job getting to Ryan there, and the young back could not block that blitz. A flag is down in the holding zone. Eric Moncourt and Kareem Brown, and Coker says, yeah, decline that hold.
Holding, 78 offense. Penalties refused. 4th down.
This is a defense that has not quit throughout this losing streak, continued to play hard and be very impressive, and that's followed through tonight.
Look who this time is going to come through. This is the defensive end who plays defensive tackle, who's standing in Brock Atkins at 280 pounds. He's standing up and gets a running start, and he goes right through the offensive lineman, Ty Hall. That's pretty good agility for a guy close to 300 pounds.
Canes defense does its job again. Deshaun Jones is now the punt returner, replacing Grant, and Jones able to get inside the 45 with a burst. But mainly he just held on to the football, which Coker and company will take at this point. Atkins, one of those seniors, doing the job on defense. We'll see if the Canes, with great field position, can build on a 3-point lead here in the 4th quarter.
Two, please. This holiday season, why not keep the change?
Enjoy the show.
Each time you make a purchase with your Bank of America Visa check card, we not only round up the amount to the next dollar and transfer your change from your checking to your savings account, we also match your savings for the first 3 months and continue matching 5% thereafter. Up to $250, which means there's an easy way to save right at your fingertips. This holiday season, open a checking account and keep the change, only from Bank of America.
Deja Vu is the most original and exciting adventure of the decade. Deja Vu is the most original and exciting adventure of the decade.
You guys figured out a way to look into the past. We can look anywhere 4 days ago. You understand? Yeah. No.
Deja Vu is pulse-pounding and full of surprises.
Watch the traffic.
It will take you on a ride you'll never forget.
Think you know what's coming? Hang on. You don't have a clue.
Deja Vu, rated PG-13, now playing.
I know you love me. I know you do. Don't you wish your girlfriend was hot like me? Don't you wish your girlfriend was a freak like me? Don't you wish your girlfriend was all on me? Don't you wish your girlfriend was fun like me? Don't you?
Rockstar. Guitar Hero 2, rated T.
At GNC this holiday season, living well means giving the gift of health. You'll save up to 50% on our widest assortment of nutritional supplements, plus holiday fitness and wellness gifts. As your leading source for health and wellness, we believe that a healthy holiday starts from within. Give good health. Live well.
This Friday, Radio Shack has great deals on gifts for your entire family. From 6 a.m. till noon, get a radio-controlled Lamborghini or Ferrari for half price, only $9.99. A 2-gigabyte MP3 player, only $59.99 after mail-in rebate, plus 50 downloads free. Or a portable DVD player, also just $59.99 after mail-in rebate. This Friday only, and only at your neighborhood Radio Shack.
Tom O'Brien's team must rally and come from behind here in this fourth quarter to have a chance to get the ACC championship game. Then watch on Saturday as Maryland hosts Wake Forest. The Demon Deacons can clinch the division with a win, but if Maryland can beat them and BC gets the win here tonight, BC goes. Now, if BC loses here, all of a sudden Maryland Wake Forest becomes for the division.
To me, it comes down to BC's had such a great year, 9 wins. They're trying to get to 10 wins for the first time, or the first time since Doug was playing. How bad do you want it? There's 10 minutes to go in the game. You're down by 3. How bad do you want to try to get to the ACC championship game?
Well, big hit there in the reverse as Shields takes the handoff and is dropped for a loss.
Now, the bottom line there is BC has to find a way to handle guys up front. They can't move the ball at all right now. They can't run it. They can't throw it because they can't protect. And the speed of the defensive line, speed and strength of Miami's defensive line.
It's just too much for them to handle. That's probably the thing that I'm most surprised by is Miami's defensive line has completely taken BC out of their game because they're too physical for them and they're too athletic.
4 sacks, a net rushing total of 25 yards for the Eagles. So now it's Javaris James back in the game and split wide right. Freeman looks down the field looking for James, but it's intercepted one more time by DeJuan Tribble, and the junior from Cincinnati has the hat trick. Well, that was, he'll concede. He just looked at James the whole time, and Tribble read it.
Tribble had plenty of cushion. The ball probably shouldn't have been thrown here. Tribble's running the route for the receiver and runs it down like a punt. The key there for BC would be stay on your feet and get the heck away from your own goal line and get some yardage out of that. It's just like a nice punt that was down at the 3-yard line.
You know what happened to Freeman there is he's had some success going down that right sideline. The big one to Ryan Moore. This time he's looking for his tailback, Javaris James, and he predetermined that read, locked in, threw the ball, and as soon as he threw it, I'm sure in his own mind, he thought, oh, I'd love to have that one back.
But the good news is that defense is back on the field, and the Eagles are pinned back at the 3. Ryan out of his end zone. Pitches it short, caught, and low to the ground, and now flags fly in. It was Merriweather covering Gonzalez, and we'll check the flag. Aaron Andrews?
Well, guys, when Freeman threw that pass deep, that's exactly what Boston College's defense wanted him to do, standing behind their bench while they were on the sidelines, and they were screaming, make him make the play, meaning Freeman, make him throw deep like he's in high school. So definitely listen to each other on the sidelines there.
Interference, 19 of the defense. The ball will be placed at spot of foul, automatic first down.
And that penalty against Merriweather will move BC out from the shadow of its goal line.
There have been a lot of close calls all night tonight. That's the first one where Boston College has been able to get a little bit of room. I mean, the Miami defense has been all over these receivers.
Just to gain a first down coming out of your own end is huge, but like you said, they're blanketing these receivers. Yeah. They're all over them. They're right there.
Canes show pressure up the middle again. It's a run for Whitworth and a loss. Beeson flying up there again.
It's no surprise with this Miami defense. They've been doing this all year. It's been the offense that's been letting them down.
The one thing I know, when you watch Miami, when they're playing at home the way they're playing tonight with an attitude, you cannot run outside. If you're going to have any success, you've got to run right to the teeth of the speed of the defense, because if you bounce it outside, unless you're a world-class sprinter, you have no shot to get to the corner.
They didn't give a great effort stopping the run last week against Virginia, and the Cavaliers got over 100 yards, but that's been the exception. That was the first time in 10 games that a team had reached 100 yards against the Hurricanes. Much, much better effort and energy tonight.
It just goes to show you the wear and tear of a season that Miami's had to withstand on and off the football field. You wondered when the bottom might fall out, and I think we saw it last week at Charlottesville with their effort and performance, and you wondered if they had anything left in the tank tonight in their last home game, and they have. The entire game, this team has played with a different energy than we've seen in many weeks.
Another one of those nightmares, 3rd and longs for Ryan in Boston College. He flips it short. Bobble incomplete. Whitworth in traffic couldn't hold it. Sharpton was lurking in the area.
How would you like to be a running back with an offense that has 167 yards and you're bobbling the ball and you're running full speed into the middle of the defense?
Sharpton, excuse me, Doug, collided here, and he's still down on the field. He's the guy that hit Whitworth, who was juggling the ball, kind of led with the neck and the helmet and went down. You can see the right of your screen. Sharpton, a player that coaches have really credited with a hunger to improve. A freshman, a redshirt freshman from right here in Coral Gables, hometown guy, has really shown what you look for in a young player, the desire to get better and progress in a season.
Will be a big part of the future of this defense, and start to look around to see what kind of team this Miami Hurricane group might be next year, no matter who the head coach is. They've got about 18 or 19 starters returning.
All but 3 of the defensive players could come back next year. Sean Jones back deep to receive this punt from Ayers. It's high. Fair catch at the 42. Once again, that Canes defense stuffs Boston College. Midway through the 4th, can the Canes hold on and avoid the losing season?
You know, I just love this time of year. Everybody's getting together to enjoy good company and great food. And that's why I got together with Applebee's to add some exciting new flavor to the holidays. Check out my new ribeye with garlic chili shrimp. A juicy soy marinated ribeye seared to perfection and topped off with crispy Asian veggies, shrimp, and my own garlic chili sauce. Now that smells absolutely delicious.
New holiday flavor at Applebee's. And for the perfect gift, Applebee's gift cards.
And that's eating good in the neighborhood.
Plenty of sunshine through today with seasonal temperatures. We should reach our normal high of the...
What a marvelously glorious looking shaver. What a superbly spectacular marvel of rotating titanium.
I love this shaver. For a close, comfortable shave, get the world's only rotary with the power of titanium. The new Remington Titanium Rotary.
Saturday Night Football on ABC. Notre Dame versus USC. This Saturday at 8.
It's the perfect time to plant trees. Hi, I'm Brian from Whitfield Nursery, and we have to sell thousands of trees to make room for the truckloads arriving daily from our farms. Giant 36-inch box trees like ficus, mesquite, and orchids from just $399. Big 15-foot tall queen palms just $179. 24-inch box trees from just $119, or 3 big 15-gallon trees planted and guaranteed for just $199. Whitfield Nursery since 1946, worth the drive from anywhere, and hey, we'll still do the digging.
Fogo e Brasa, the best Brazilian rotisserie steakhouse in Phoenix, invites you to be impressed with one of the most unique dining experiences you will ever have. From the carnival atmosphere, impeccable service, lavish gourmet salad bar, to the 14 different kinds of marinated meat served right to your table. But remember, leave room for desserts that will make your mouth water. Come and experience a generous taste of Brazil. Fogo e Brasa on Chandler Boulevard, east of 48th Street.
ESPN's College Football Primetime is presented by Applebee's Neighborhood Grill and Bar. Eating good in the neighborhood. Applebee's. And in part by Remington Titanium Shavers.
Miami trying to protect a 3-point lead and eliminate BC's chances of winning the ACC this year. Kirby Freeman, despite 3 interceptions, able to do enough. BC has not beaten Miami since that night we talked about, 1984. Amadeus was the best picture. Springsteen was on the top of the charts. And Miami has been a real nemesis since that year. BC never beating him. 0-11 in the Big East years. This is the first ACC meeting. James plows ahead.
Start to get the feeling now, under 7 minutes to go, the way BC has looked for the most part all night offensively. The only chance the Eagles may have is if they can somehow create a turnover. I don't know if they can work with a long field and move the ball down to get into field goal range or score a touchdown. They've got to come up with a turnover.
They haven't shown the ability to do it all night. Going the length of the field, they got to come up with some big plays, and it's going to be, like you said, the turnover. They're offensively just busting one all of a sudden, setting somebody free, because it doesn't appear that they're going to be able to march the ball.
Some of those games O'Brien seems against Miami have been close, but it's been turnovers by BC that have often haunted them. Canes would like to avoid a turnover right here from Freeman, who will not throw it. He takes a hit from Toll as he's dropped about a yard short of the line of scrimmage. Toll came flying in. He's seen enough of the quarterback running tonight.
Yeah, they rotated down, and Toll came in and had the hit on it. But the bottom line here is Miami can be very conservative in their great call.
Watch how quick he reacts.
Yeah.
I mean, he is such an instinctive player based on his preparation and watching the linemen. He knew exactly, listen, they're going to an empty set, they're up 3, under 6 to go. This is a quarterback draw. He's locked right in on him and made the play.
Coach's son, Don Bosco Prep in New Jersey, Brian Toll. So on 3rd and 7, Freeman will throw it. It's caught by Shields, but he can't get away. Good tackle by Tribble, who's had the 3 picks tonight. And Miami will have to punt. 4 straight possessions, seems to be no first down.
Dewan Tribble has had one of those games that you're going to look back at and be very proud. He has 3 interceptions tonight. This is a guy that already, coming into the night, had 4 interceptions, a couple of them returned for touchdowns. This is his 3rd interception on the year, returned for a score, 3rd pick, and that play right there might be better than all 3 of those interceptions because of the way he stopped an athletic man in the open field, and Shields and now gets a chance to get the offense back out on the field.
7 picks are going to put him up near the national leaders in that category, and now he's back to receive the punt from Monroe. Tribble will let it bounce at the 4. It is down inside the 5. What a great effort by Miami's coverage team. They'll talk about it. And it'll be a touchback. These guys don't know it yet, but a foot must have been on the line when that was batted down. So BC will start at the 20, not at the 1 as the crowd here boos. But still, Boston College with its ACC hopes on the line will have to go back on the field against that stout Miami defense. Only 4:24 to play, and they're going to review to see whether or not the toe was in the line.
In college football, it's the ball breaking the plane. It has nothing to do with whether or not there was a foot on the line. It has everything to do with whether or not the ball went across the line.
It's tough from this angle here.
It's different from the NFL rule. It's where the ball is. Is the ball across that line when he touched it?
I don't think so.
Well, and I don't think from that angle you're going to be able to tell, to be able to overturn it.
The official's right there. I mean, he's right looking down the end line.
Sure.
The goal line there, and throws a marker down, says it was not a touchback, but then they have a conference and he changes his mind.
In the pro game, that's a heck of a play.
Exactly.
That's a great play in the NFL.
I think he might have kept it out of there.
That's a great play no matter what. It just isn't going to count, or it depends on the review. That's one heck of an effort.
The previous play is under review.
You knew that.
3 minutes.
We made it official.
Okay.
So that was so we can say, start the clock on me now.
Another look at, you see, did Jones grab that ball before it broke the plane? It's going to be tough to tell from that angle, but the official's got the perfect angle himself. Right? I mean,
it doesn't get any better than that.
How is a replay going to overturn? Initially, he throws the thing down. And
but by the way, he's looking across the way, too.
He threw the beanbag into the end zone, indicating that ball was in the end zone. He's looking across to get verification from the other official that he saw the same thing.
Yeah, but if you're right there, wouldn't you say if you're 2 feet away and you see the ball breaks the plane, wouldn't you just signal touchdown?
I would. You have the confidence to make that call on your own.
And you always see these guys look across at each other. They want to agree, because it's embarrassing if they don't before one of them makes a signal. But the ACC replay officials.
I just can't imagine there being any evidence there to overturn that.
Right.
After review, play stance is called on the field. It's a touchback.
All the ball has to do is reach that goal line and catch a piece of it, and it is a touchback.
Great effort.
Oh, still was a great effort.
It was a tremendous play.
Khalil Jones. Boston College, though, whether you start at the 1 foot line or the 20, hasn't gotten much going on offense. No. And again, look at the time now, 4:24 with the new clock rules. How many more possessions? Is this it? Maybe one after this?
With that said, though, I'm telling you, at any moment, Matt Ryan can come alive for this offense.
With the play action fake and the short dump, breaking a tackle is Whitworth. Picks up about 5. Sports Center to follow this game. Will it be the Canes getting to 6-6? BC staying alive in the ACC. Part of Sports Center, all access with Indiana basketball. Of course, we'll preview that Notre Dame USC collision on Saturday night. 2nd and 5. Ryan flips over the middle once again. He was looking for Whitworth. That time well covered by Sharpton, incomplete.
BC is making a big effort to run everyone off with their receivers and work the back one-on-one in the middle of the field. There's a little option route, a little pivot move. Ryan just missed it.
Look, how many times in college football do you see a quarterback in an offense that's struggling for the most part, and then they get that desperation time. All of a sudden, the defense loses their energy and aggressiveness, and next thing you know, the offense then starts to set the tempo, and that's what Matt Ryan needs. But the only way he's going to be able to do that is by picking up a first down.
3rd and 5. Crowd on its feet. Ryan incomplete. Most of the folks in here are the true Miami believers, about 23,000 of them on a chilly Thanksgiving night, and they've been very supportive as the defense has asserted itself in this ball game, and the Eagles will have to punt.
I was thinking along the same lines, Kirk. I feel like Matt Ryan is a mentally tough kid that in these situations is going to turn it on and make the plays, and Matt, I'm sure, feels the same way, and it's not happening because receivers cannot get any separation.
So the Eagles will have 3 timeouts to work with. There's a flag as the offensive line and punt formation came up out of the stance.
Like a couple Hurricanes jumped to bring them up out of their stance.
BC defense will have to do its job. They do have the 3 timeouts to work with, but again, it's almost up to them to create a turnover.
Ball start. Number 13 the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
And along those lines, it's the way Boston College is trying to move the ball. It's going to take the full 3 minutes to go the length of the field.
Yeah. You can see Miami, top of the screen, they move, and that forces BC to react. Yeah.
The Eagles have been stuck deep in their own end the last 3 possessions and been able to get out past the 20-yard line. Ayers to punt. And a fair catch from Rashawn Jones, who has to sidestep some traffic for gathering it at the 48-yard line. Only a 32-yard punt, 3.5 to play here in the Orange Bowl.
College basketball on ESPN. The season ramps up with a one-of-a-kind event, the ACC Big Ten Challenge.
Are you kidding me? Wow!
For 3 days, 2 fierce conferences lay it all on the line.
What a beauty! 2 heavyweights!
The journey begins now. The ACC Big Ten Challenge presented by Papa John's. Tuesday at 9 on ESPN, Indiana versus 8th-ranked Duke. Wednesday at 9, number 3 Ohio State versus number 2 North Carolina.
Whatever it is, you can get it on eBay. National Sleep-In Day is November 24th. For some, recovery is a long road. For men, they reach for Revitalizing Lotion Q10 because Q10 replenishes skin to feel healthy, firm, and fit, especially when you don't. Nivea for men, more evolved skincare.
It's holiday time in the city, and the hottest deals on the coolest plasmas are here. Save an amazing $800 instantly on this 42-inch Panasonic plasma, now just $1199.99. Or save an incredible $1,000 instantly on this 50-inch plasma from Panasonic, now only $1999.99. Plus, save $300 when you have FireDog install it on your wall, with mount for just $199.98 after mail-in rebate and instant savings. Only at Circuit City.
PJ is a single girl living in Chicago. She has great friends.
What do you guys think?
Fantastic.
I like the jacket. It's a good choice.
Nice hat.
You guys are useless.
Who are all guys. TBS presents a new comedy about the thrill of victory and the agony of dating.
You got the girl booty call.
Booty calls are not worth it. It's the one thing you learn as you get older.
That's the one thing?
My Boys, a TBS original comedy, premieres Tuesday at 10/9 Central on TBS.
Miami trying to snap a 4-game losing streak, get bowl eligible at 6-6. If they can hold on to this lead of 3.5, or Applebee's weekend menu. Noon on ABC tomorrow. The Aggies and the Longhorns. LSU and Arkansas, with the Hogs having won the division but trying to keep slim hopes alive of advancing to the BCS championship game. And USC, which is in pretty good position in that regard, hosts the Irish.
Give me Texas and give me LSU upsetting Arkansas.
It's kind of a toss-up, actually.
Is it?
Yeah.
No, still, I think LSU beat Arkansas.
Okay.
I don't follow that aspect of the game. I don't know if it's an upset or not.
Some watching do. On first down, this is no surprise as they give it to Baby J. Javaris James a yard up the middle. And Boston College, with all 3 timeouts to use, will spend run right here at the 3-minute mark.
And Miami's not afraid to go 3 and punt here at all with the way their defense has been playing.
Yeah, the strategy here pretty simple. Make the Eagles burn the timeouts. Make that offense, which has done nothing, march a long way. But Miami's offense hasn't had first down the last 4 possessions.
Well, Miami's calling a different game now than what we saw in the first half. First half and the beginning of the second half, when they were trying to get themselves downfield and become more aggressive. Now they're just trying to hold on offense and play a little bit with this clock.
And part of that is the 3 interceptions too. I mean, you're trying to protect the lead, and you've thrown 3 interceptions. Don't make a mistake and beat yourself.
Our sharp Aqua's image of the game, the main storyline here tonight in South Florida. Larry Coker and his future. Is this the final game as the Hurricanes head coach? He said that he remains upbeat, just impossibly upbeat, in the midst of not just the speculation about his job, but what's been a very, very difficult season in so many fronts for this guy. He's experienced an unbelievable range in 6 years as a head coach here. From being an unbeatable coach, he won his first 24 games, won a title, played for another, to a season in which has seen more tragedy and frustration and embarrassment than some coaches experience in a career, and he's gone through it in 3 or 4 months.
I was shocked to see his temperament in our meeting yesterday because, with all this speculation, it's the first time we've had a chance to be with him in person, one-on-one, and to think back of those teams in 01 and 02 and 03 when they were chasing national titles. I think yesterday he was more relaxed than any of those years when he's been undefeated late in the year. He just, I don't know if he's almost come to grips with a point that, it is what it is, and he's just trying to make the best of it. I don't know what it is, but he looked very relaxed yesterday.
I sure did. Of course, down here, there are many who believe that it's a fait accompli, that he's done. Others who believe that Donna Shalala and the trustees still have something to discuss. A win tonight couldn't hurt. It could certainly help. Olsen in motion, but they're not going to throw the football as James one more time tries the middle and loses yardage. Toll there for the stop, and then the linebacker quickly signals for the Eagles' second timeout.
Well, if Miami can hang on here, the winners tonight, There's some Terrapins sitting down there in Maryland saying we got a shot now.
Yep. That's an amazing comeback story. That Maryland team that we saw get destroyed in Morgantown early in the season. Who would have thought they would be an ACC championship game, perhaps?
Doug's right. If Miami is able to hold on here, the Wake Forest Maryland game, the winner, flat out winner of that game, takes on Georgia Tech in the ACC championship.
And the Terps have handled them in recent years. They have physically beaten up the Demonicans. It's a different Wake Forest team now, but Maryland will feel very confident about their chances going in. This will be the third loss for BC.
Maryland is a team that plays ball control, tries not to turn it over, the penalties, reduce it, don't take chances, let your defense help you win the ball game. And that's what they've been getting away with. What are they, for 2 big touchdown passes a week or 2 ago to win a game 14-13? It's just, they're not real explosive offensively. They just try not to beat themselves now this year, which killed them last year.
Killed them last week. BC had the 3 defensive touchdowns.
That to me is the sign that Maryland will come to play this week because of the way they performed on the road against Boston College. I'll be shocked if Maryland isn't able to come in and play, especially now. Now they could, if Miami holds on, then you're talking about controlling your own destiny to get to a championship game.
Meanwhile, for the Canes, both you guys endorsed this strategy of being very, very conservative and forcing the Eagles to burn timeouts as opposed to going for the first
With the way
down.
your defense has dominated this game, absolutely. Force them to use all 3 timeouts, punt the ball, and see if they can drive the field.
And it will be 1 more carry for James and the same result on 3rd and 10, and now the Eagles will spend that final timeout. Aaron Andrews, many motivations at work tonight for the Hurricanes.
Certainly, Chris. Of course, you see the number 95 all around the Orange Bowl tonight, whether it be the decal on the Boston College players' helmets or right there pregame, Brian Pata's family, his mother right there. Of course, Brian Pata shot and killed on November 7th, honoring him tonight before the game. This is their first game at home since his death, and obviously his name and number all around. It was interesting talking to the players and the coaches with this team. Randy Shannon, the defensive coordinator who recruited Brian Pata, telling us when he called his players to tell them what had happened, he told them, you know, you got to take advantage of what's in front of you right now. Be thankful, of course, of life in general, because you never know when it's going to be your last game, your last play.
Aaron, thanks. That's his former roommate, Dwayne Hendricks. Others in this Miami defense so close to Pata, Eric Montour, and so on. And there's such unease because that murder case has not been solved. It took place in an apartment complex not far from the campus. A lot of the players live in that area, so that has been a source of further heartache that there's no resolution on this case.
These players in this program in the last 4 months, they've been through a lifetime of experiences. You know, thinking about the expectations early in the year, the losses mounting up, the brawl, the consequences that followed the brawl, of course, the tragedy that they had to deal with, their coaches being questioned, their program, everything they stand for being questioned. They put a lot of heart into this game, I can tell you that.
Now Miami will spend a timeout as Monroe was in punt formation. It's been, again, just a nightmarish year. It began on a rainy night here when the Seminoles came in and beat them in Miami's offense in Olsen's first game struggled, and then the brawl that we've talked about against Florida International. This is the November 14th funeral of Brian Pata. Speculation about Coker. Say things can make you stronger if they don't bring you down, but lessons that this team didn't really want to have to learn. Such a young team to boot.
You know, Larry Coker was talking about how, you know, these things do bring the team together more. It becomes a us against the world attitude. Even on campus, at times, it felt like the walls were closing in and it was just us in that building. Usually it's the campus versus the world. Right. Now it feels like just us, and it brings the team close. And tonight, you know, they've come out and played with emotion.
And more of that great defense that has never let up an inch effort. Monroe has punted well tonight, 44-yard average on his 7 punts. See if he can pin the Eagles deep, and what'll certainly be their final possession of the night, but this is his first bad punt of the night. It takes a backwards bounce and is covered at the 26-yard line. Still, the Eagles have a long way to go. Apanavish is not very good range, so guys, they got to get down maybe near the Miami 20 to have a decent chance.
Yeah,
Go ahead, Doug.
I was thinking probably the 25-yard line to have an opportunity to kick it would make it a 42-yarder, but
your nephew Billy can kick, and can they rip the red shirt off and send him in there for them?
He's got a strong leg. He could go from 50 plus.
What can Ryan do? Can he get him close? Loops the pass. It's caught. And finally, a big play. A.J. Brooks, the third-string tailback, the quickest of the backs. 21 yards.
There we go. One-on-one opportunity. You have a running back, albeit a backup running back, one-on-one with a linebacker. Again, it's a matchup coming into tonight on paper that Matt Ryan will say, I will take that every time. This time, they're able to execute. He threw it again to his back shoulder, and it's a good adjustment.
Zapanavicius has been clutch. Ryan pulls the ball down. He's chased. Gets it away. It is intercepted. There's a scrum on the field. It was Glenn Sharp down on the grass. Miami football.
Boy, just a decision Matt wishes he had back. Did not see the outside defender out by the sideline falling back into the play. The receiver appears to be open.
How fitting it is. Calais Campbell coming and pressuring. He's done it all night. Gets to Ryan, forces the throw, and Glenn Sharp, who has battled through so many injuries and adversity in his career, comes over to make the play. And you're right. I don't think Matt Ryan saw him at all.
They're going to review it, guys. He was kind of cradling that football as he went to the ground. We'll see if there's anything on visual evidence that will overturn the call on the field of interception.
Boy, from Matt's perspective, looking back into the middle, he sees a streaking receiver coming across the field, tries to lead him, and leads him into an interception.
Always a dangerous throw. The ball is bobbled, but then secured. Didn't even come close to touching the ground.
But being the play that will basically end the game for Boston College, they're reviewing it and making sure.
Boston College out of timeouts. They used them on the previous drive. All Miami will have to do is 2 or 3 snaps, take a knee, and they'll get their 6th victory of the year and become bowl eligible.
You can see the ball did pop out of his hands, but Sharp's back was on the ground and he cradled it. The ball did not hit the ground, even though it came loose. His 2nd interception of the season, assuming it stands. And the Canes should be able to run it out.
The play stands is called. Was an interception. First down.
So not the kind of night, Doug, that Ryan was looking for on the road with a chance at an ACC title hanging on the balance.
Again, it's the pressure from the defensive front of Miami that has caused problems all night long for Boston College and Matt Ryan, forcing him into situations where he has to try to make a play, and that's when the mistakes come.
Again, the clock moving on the chains of possession here. That's the rule. So it's you manage the play clock quickly, and Freeman snapped it with 6 seconds to go, drops way back and takes a knee. If you manage this correctly, you should be able to chew most of the time up. You got to give it to a defensive guy, the Wrangler 5-star player of the game, John Beeson. 2 tackles for loss, had the sack, and the BC offense held to a $193.
Should really give it to Randy Shannon, the defensive coordinator from Miami. Again, he has been a staple in his program for many years. Former player, has these guys somehow, some way, every week they have fought on that side of the ball. This is a big win for this team after everything they have been through. And if anybody ever undervalues the importance of an offensive line, they need to pull out this video and watch what was perceived to be as a strength of Boston College. The guys up front get handled by Miami's speed, athletic ability, and just toughness as they continue to take away the running game. The Eagles had 24 yards rushing and continue to be able to get Matt Ryan to 3rd and long, and they pressured him all night.
Only 15 sacks allowed all season long. Miami only had 4, but a lot more quarterback pressures than that. So
and it's the pressures that lead to the mistakes. The sacks are a negative gain. It's a -7, it's a -8. The pressure can cause the interception.
The flag comes in here to stop the clock now as Freeman took a knee one more time. It would have been 4th down, but now they'll stop the clock to sort it out. It's a mistake if it's a Miami penalty. It was going to be real close if they would have had to snap the ball or not a final time.
Illegal snap against the offense.
Does it remain 3rd down?
I suppose they could.
Illegal snap against the offense, a 5-yard penalty. Repeat 3rd down. We will start the clock on the snap.
The dead ball foul, so they'll move it back, and when the ball is snapped, and Freeman will undoubtedly take a knee again. Miami will come up a little bit short of being able to chew the entire clock. Well, this is a Thanksgiving tradition. You guys are armed with pies. Not for each other, I'm guessing.
No, maybe for later. This is a tradition we started a few years ago with Mike Tirico and Lee Corso, and it'll continue in honor of Thanksgiving. We have a couple pies.
Key lime here. I like this
Key lime. I've got a little pumpkin pie. It goes to who we felt was the player of the game. So I'll allow you as a newcomer tonight, in honor of your 22-year reunion of the throw, to make the.
I'd say Atkins out there, the defensive end, and making all kinds of noise.
Campbell. Kalis Campbell. Okay.
Campbell. Both defensive ends coming off the edge. That's what I'll
Rock
go with.
Atkins as well. I'm going to give it to Larry Coker.
Okay.
Just because it's been one of those kind of years for him. He'll enjoy this, no matter what happens later tonight or tomorrow. He can have a little pie.
He better
enjoy
share
this, share it, and gets a 6th win. And
he better give Randy Shannon and those defensive players the lion's share.
That's the whole defense.
That's a given to give it to Randy, but I think Larry Coker's been through enough to at least get a little bit of pumpkin pie.
Just amazingly upbeat. You know, the glass is half full kind of guy, especially this week with everything on his shoulders, and to come out and put this kind of performance together, hats off to him.
Well, you know, whatever happens after this season, they may have bought another game, whether it's off to Boise or San Francisco. Not the normal desired postseason destination for a Miami football team.
Champ Sports is still a possibility out there.
And it's 6-6, even though they have a win over a 1AA team. That counts these days. A couple wins over winless teams. The resume is thin, but this is a very satisfying victory for over an 18th ranked opponent here. And now the Eagles told jumping offside, making contact with the center here as we further draw out the last 37 seconds.
Yeah.
And this Eagle defense.
Offsides by contact. Number 16 of the defense. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
DeJuan Tribble would be the MVP if you're going for the BC side. The 3 interceptions, the pick 6.
Yeah. It's amazing to win a game when you throw 3 interceptions, but it's just a testament to the way the Miami defense played all night.
And one of them returned for a touchdown, so you're giving 7 points away.
Let's try this one more time. 3rd and 20.
There's still a possibility Miami may have to snap the ball on 4th down here. Depends on how quickly they spot the ball.
Freeman will be dropped for a loss. Let's see when they spot it. If they spot it inside of 25 seconds.
He's taking his time. Done.
And that is it. The play clock has not started. Inside of 25, and that will be it. The Hurricanes playing for a fallen teammate, perhaps playing for an embattled staff, playing for some seniors, a tiny senior class, playing to avoid the embarrassment of a second losing season in 27 years. Will finish the regular season at 6-6, but still have to win their bowl to avoid having a losing season. But a bowl game not on their minds right now. For Larry Coker, is this the last time in the Orange Bowl? Is this convinced some people? He's with Aaron Andrews.
Well, Coach, your team down the entire first half, and then they pull it out in the second. What kind of an emotional roller coaster has this year been for Larry Coker?
Well, for me and mainly for this team, we talked about this. This wasn't anything for me. This was for them. They deserve this. They've worked hard. We've been close at times, but it's been a very emotional roller coaster. Very happy for our team, our coaches.
What have you heard from your president, Donna Shalala, about your future here at Miami?
Well, I really haven't heard. Every year we'll talk after the season. We'll get a state of the program, and then we'll go from there.
Well, Coach, the regular season ends tonight. When do you think you'll meet with her?
Well, I don't know that. I don't know that. We'll meet with our team. We're going to have some time off. We're going to enjoy this victory, and just very, very happy for our seniors and happy for our fans.
What will you tell your recruits when you go see them this weekend?
Well, we're going out Sunday to recruit. We're going to tell them that I'm the head football coach at Miami. I'm going to be here. I've got a long-term contract. I'm going to be here. If you want to play in a great football program, we have 19 starters coming back on this football team. We played, I think, 4 seniors tonight, and the future's very bright here.
What do you think the decision will be, Larry, about your future here?
Oh, I'm going to be here. I feel very strongly about that.
You're bowl eligible now. Will Miami go to a bowl?
Well, we're bowl eligible. We haven't been invited. We'll see. If we're invited, we'll go.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Aaron.
Aaron, thank you. Look at this moment here. Brian Potter's image, the slain Hurricane teammate, a banner that fans made, and the team gathering around it at midfield. What a moment. Miami fights from behind, wins it over the Eagles. Happy Thanksgiving once again from all of us, our great crew on Thursday night. Doug, great to have you with us.
Thank you, Chris.
For Kirk Herbstreit, for Doug, for Aaron Andrews, I'm Chris Fowler. So long from Miami. Sports Center is next.
Is Sports Center.
The NFL serves up 3 helpings of games on Thanksgiving, with the Chiefs even the score with the Broncos. Cowboy fans thankful for their newest star, Tony Romo, making it look real easy against the Bucs, how he stole the show in Dallas. Saturday, all eyes turn to Notre Dame, then USC, how the Trojans plan on making it 5 straight against the Irish. Plus, Kelvin Sampson's the new boss in Bloomington. We've got your all-access pass inside Hoosier Hoops.
You did a great one a while ago, then that was soft. Don't be soft.
What's good, and welcome inside Sports. And alongside Neil Everett, I'm Scott Van Pelt. All of us here hope that you and yours have enjoyed a wonderful Thanksgiving.
Yeah, there's no such thing as a gravy game in the National Football League. Kansas City hosting Denver.
Gravy boat.
Yeah, Denver 1 game behind San Diego for first in the AFC West. Chiefs can tie the Broncos for second place with the win. Opening drive on a 3rd and 6. Plummer's pass intercepted by Steven Alexander, intercepted by Ty Law, led to a Chiefs field goal. Only the 2nd time this season Denver has given up points on an opening drive. Stuffed all day the running game. Mike Bell there, Tatum Bell inactive, 24 yards rushing in the first half for Denver. Larry Johnson very active, 11 yards right there. And then on a 3rd and 4, Trent Green to Chris Wilson, and well, he drops it. But they call roughing the passer on Ebenezer Ekubon. And take another look. There's one official. All he does is watch what happens with the quarterback. You can't do that, and Mike Shanahan knows it. New set of downs, 2 plays later. Johnson leaping over. He's got reservations for 6. It was 10-3 Chiefs at halftime. 3rd quarter, 3rd and 6. Green to Sammy Parker. Bad tackle right there. Gets down to the Denver 17. 31-yard gain led to another field goal. It was 13-10. Denver's ensuing drive. Plummer. And you wonder who he's looking for, because he's not looking for Patrick Surtain. He's got the interception, but we've got a penalty flag. Illegal contact on the Chiefs. Check it out. Denver had the ball on the 35. Right there, the red, you can touch him. Outside the red, you can't. Lenny Walls did on David Kirkus. Interception negated. 1st and goal, same drive. Plummer, fade. Alexander, touchdown. Plummer, 25 of 39, 216, 13-10. What a ball game. Chiefs come back, though. LJ, 34 carries, 157 yards. This leads to another field goal, and it's 16-10. 4th quarter, huge play. 3rd and 6. Green, who went 13 of 22, 161 yards, to Parker for 26 yards. He had 3 catches. That was the big one. And the big stat, 223 yards rushing for Kansas City, including Michael Bennett going for 41 right there. Denver ran the ball for 38 yards. Remember, this was the Denver Bronco team. You could plug anybody in and they could run. Well, they're not running the football right now. 19-10 is your final. First team other than the Lions or Cowboys to host a Thanksgiving game since the St. Louis Cardinals hosted the Dolphins in 1977. Lamar Hunt, Chiefs founder, one of the old guard from the NFL, really lobbied for this game, unable to attend due to health reasons. This final score will certainly make him feel better.
We have Sean Salisbury here with us. Let me just reach over and dap you up for some happy Thanksgiving. Good to have you with us, partner. And as we look at Kansas City, the NFL oftentimes is like a book. There are many chapters, and oftentimes one chapter bears very little resemblance to the next chapter. And by that, I mean Kansas City this year early on lose their quarterback. They lose at Pittsburgh, Week 6, 45-7, and there's nothing about them that resembles the team they are right now. What in your mind has allowed them to get to this point?
Scott, there's probably 2 or 3 things. One is having a backup quarterback come in and do his job and be reliable and not come in and not just play not to lose, but play to win. And Damon Heward did just that to keep this team focused. 2 is the fact that they've picked up the tempo on defense this year, and they're tackling people. They're hitting you in the mouth. They're getting after the quarterback. They're not relying on the quarterback to throw for 4,000 yards and score 38 points every week, although it's nice when they do. And then finally, you got the big fella, man. When number 27's running it like he's doing, that offensive line has been makeshift with retirements and injuries. Right. They're still dominating the line of scrimmage, Scott. And now with the confidence going on, Trent Green back, they've done everything they need to do to pick this tempo up. They are definitely a playoff team, and some 10-win team's probably going to get left out. I don't think it's going to be them.
And you got to think Coach Edwards deserves some credit for keeping guys' heads about them.
And having the guts to make the decision to Heward. I mean, he had to with the injury. Sure. But have the guts to come back and say this is the right move. They're 2-0 now with Trent back at quarterback, but he also has the luxury knowing if something happens, he's got a backup that can win games.
All right, we know all about LT. LJ, 27, you mentioned him running. They gashed this defense. How'd they do it in this particular game tonight?
You know, control the line of scrimmage, Scott. I always say if you're going to play somewhere, you got to play on the other side of the line of scrimmage, even if it's for a yard or 2. You have to, and then let Larry Johnson get going. You watch the line of scrimmage domination, line of scrimmage. First contact's at about 4 yards down the line.
Can't do that.
Not with him, because now he's going to get you minimum of 3 or 4 more, and then this kind of stuff. You're talking about dealing with a guy who we like to call beastly. Yeah. Once again, look at they're pushing him. It kind of looks like the old Broncos offensive line. Push him by, and that's too easy for what many consider the second best back in the league behind LT. But LJ, the pure runner between the tackles, and then this, another hole. Look at how big. Come back, a receiver coming back, get himself a block, Dante Hall, and then allow Larry Johnson to sidestep. The big fella's still pretty mobile with the feet. But when you control and push people by, Scott, it's going to happen. And we've seen the Denver defense usually play on the other side of the line of scrimmage where you don't let somebody go. And you can't do that to an average back, letting them push you. Larry Johnson get 100 yards falling out of bed. You saw the 150 or so plus domination.
Well, you talk about chapters of a book. The early chapters of the Denver defense was you couldn't score a touchdown.
Absolutely.
They don't look like the same defense at the moment, but, you know, you get...
And they're not getting any help from the fellas on the other side of their own running the football either.
We'll get to that in a minute. First, we talked to Herm Edwards. He spoke after the game about his squad on something of a roll here as we hit Thanksgiving.
Obviously, I thought it was a very, very physical football game. We played against a very, very well-coached football team, a very, very good football team. And it took all 60 minutes for us to win this game.